Hanging with the boys.
I thought your ankle was broken. Where the fuck where you going? Where? Hey guys, welcome to the show, the Wednesday show. Well, not quite. I'm on my way to the studio. Once again, stuck in traffic. A lot of stories to get to tonight. Ariel Helwani, Dana White. Apparently they're not gonna have intercourse with each other. We have UFC fight week and a lot of stuff to get to, so
Wonderful.
I'll see you there.
This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, UFC Vegas 31 Fight Week. Ariel Helwani is in. Well, he kind of throws Dana White under the. We'll talk about Dana White and Ariel Helwani. Nick Diaz is back versus Robbie Lawler. Let's go with the MMA-Holes. Yes, baby.
Wonderful.
Welcome to the Wednesday show. It's good to be here. It's good to be wonderful.
Wonderful.
It's good to see everyone. Welcome to my living room. JBM will be sitting next to me very soon. I lit a candle for you guys. And we have the poster up this Saturday, the Makhachev versus Moises. We have the return of Miesha Tate. And that's going down. And Miesha Tate coming back. That's wild. I never thought I'd see the return of Miesha Tate. I really legit thought she was done, and she's coming back versus a 50-year-old woman. That's happening. Happy birthday to Conor McGregor. Monday night was real interesting. I had one of my favorite shows on Monday night. It was a fantastic time. It's always good getting content from the people on the interwebs, and it worked out beautifully. So thank you for joining in on the Monday show. And if you didn't go watch it back, I was able to fill this cup up. Thanks for the tears. That was Monday night. But tonight, we move forward into the next event, the UFC action. We have Nick Diaz coming back against Robbie Lawler. But we're going to start the show with a little bit of, I don't know if it's drama, gossip, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but here on the MMA-Holes, we must discuss everything. And when the nose is in the news, I'm interested. We all know that Ariel Helwani left ESPN. By the way, I was on the treadmill today, and I was watching a little bit of the DC and RC Cola show, and I gotta say, it was,
This is number one bullshit.
it's terrible. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. They miss Ariel. I don't know. RC's probably a great guy. I think former football player or whatever. But my God, if you're going to bring a casual onto that show, you might as well bring the Mystical Moss, because at least I'll bring the heat. I don't know why they got that RC Cola guy on the show. But anyway, seems like a nice guy, but the show is... bleh. Anyway, yeah, so I'm watching that a little bit. Couldn't really get too far into it. And I said to myself, you know what? I guess Ariel makes me more interested in this. I love DC. DC was one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. But when it comes to a commentator, you know, a color commentator, he's been getting some heat. I don't really listen enough to the commentary to really give an accurate assessment. But what I have heard, I don't know. I'd rather listen to us. Just saying. But this show, it's rough. Maybe it's got to get going. You know, they got to get a little more comfortable with each other. It's a tough listen. So I scrolled into the chat to see what they were saying, and in their live chat, it was a bunch of people just spamming. If you want Ariel to come back, hit ones in the chat. Drop those ones. And I just see ones peppering into the chat, and people like, bring back Ariel, bring back Ariel. So I'm curious what ESPN thinks about this. How long of a leash are they going to give DC and RC? Still getting about, 1,700 people watching. But, man, Ariel was a draw. And if he has a show that goes up against that one, you have to think Ariel's show destroys it. Anyone, one's in the chat if you actually seen or listened to the DC and RC show, which is on the ESPN YouTube channel. Now, listen, I'm friendly with the ESPN. I have their app. I use it. I buy the pay-per-views, this and that. We've had issues, and we're very honest when we do have issues with them. But they are our friends, ESPN Plus, and we have them linked in the live chat in the description if you'd like to watch this weekend's event. Now, with that being said, I'm still going to be honest. You know, if they put something together production-wise and I don't like it, I'm going to say something. And it looks like it's bad, it's boring. 0, but I didn't listen to Ariel either. Don't go against the tribe unless the tribe is backing you. Let's see. Yeah, a couple of people listen to it, but it doesn't seem like many people in the chat actually listen to the DC and RC. So I'm assuming Ariel is the draw for them. So anyway, Ariel said that he left pretty well with the ESPN. And then was kind of, not really saying much at all until recently. He did a show with, now I don't know who these guys are. Apparently there's somebody. Although their views aren't the best, but they have Ariel on, boom, 200K views. So Ariel does a show with a podcast, and help me out with, maybe it's an overall sports podcast. I don't know. It doesn't look like they just dabble into the UFC. Let's see, with Jed Goodman, and the show is called The Dan Le Batard Show. Too close to retard for me to name a show. I mean, I don't know. The Dan Retard Show? Anyway, yeah, it's a Dan Le Batard Show. Is that a play on words? Is that what we're doing here? Anyway, speaking of the Dan Retard Show, so here's Ariel Helwani. He's on the show, and coincidentally, he's dressed like he's got Down syndrome. Anyway, he's got like a Mexican mask on, but it's like sideways on his head. I clearly didn't look in a mirror before he decided to show up. Gavin loves those guys. All right, so listen, I haven't really given them a chance, so I don't know. Well, this is the only thing I've ever heard of them because they had Ariel on. So if you say they're good, I take your word for it. They should bring Oscar Moskowitz and Lev Greenbergstein to the MMA Hour. Okay. Ariel and, hold on. Dan Le Batard has had an ESPN show for years. Man, I must live under a rock because I have legit never even heard of the guy until Ariel went on there. But then again, I mean, I do pretty much live under a rock. I love sports, too. I'm shocked I never heard of the guy. So anyway, yeah, so Ariel decided to do this show with a mask on. Now, I'm not going to show the video, but I will give them the shout-out, the Dan Le Batard Show. I'm going to play this little snippet of Ariel Helwani and what he said about Dana White being a little bit of a problem. And I want to get your thoughts on this because I know that people out there are anti-Dana White. I know probably more people are anti-Ariel Helwani. And if you don't know who Ariel Helwani is, some people don't know who he is. He's probably the top MMA journalist out there, right? I mean, I think we could all agree on that. He's the guy. Check DMs on Instagram. Says, what am I do get this, and I appreciate you guys sliding in. We have a lot we haven't even checked yet. And I'm not the only one who checks them. So, yeah, I mean, I would literally have to, I don't know who I'm checking, but there's a lot of that we have to open. But thank you. I will check after the show. What's it called? So, Ariel Helwani, he's caught some heat. We've had history with Ariel. He knows who we are, you know. But in the beginning, I was a big Ariel supporter. I still kind of want to be an Ariel supporter, but I've gone to the dark side with Ariel Helwani ever since he lied about the MMA-Holes in our exchange. And now he's back in bed with Vox. That media powerhouse that we went against and destroyed in the beginning, that's right. Took him down, a little measly YouTube channel. Made Vox bend the knee, and I swore I'd never work for Vox ever. Maybe I take a massive pay cut by not working for a Vox, considering these guys are paying Ariel more than ESPN was willing to pay Ariel. But I am not going to work for Vox. I take a stand here unless Vox bends the knee again and offers me $1 gazillion. But then I'll think about it. But anyway, never was a fan of anything on Vox Media. Regardless of the facts, MMA Fighting and a lot of other these MMA outlets are under the Vox umbrella. Ariel goes over there. It seemed a little peculiar. It seemed like some of the story was missing with Ariel Helwani. It seemed like something was not quite there with his departure. It felt like there was a big empty gap. And why is Ariel not with ESPN? They didn't want to spend the money. Why didn't they want to spend the money when they are the top sports outlet out there, right? I mean, all sports. Why? Ariel's the top MMA guy. ESPN, it seems like it works, right? Well, here's what Ariel said on the Dan Retard show. I want to work for Brendan Schaub. That fucking guy, man. I listened to some of his Fight Companion. That guy, I don't understand. I don't credit to Brendan, you know, life after fighter. But, and then we got this weirdo that comes in our community, or comment section down below. I forgot this guy's name, but he's like the ultimate. He's the ultimate Karen. And he's always bringing up Brendan Schaub. And I'm like, dude, what's your obsession with Brendan? I don't know. I guess he's got a cult following. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why even. I don't know how he even. I don't get it. He's a Riri. I think he is a Riri. I was watching some of their Fight Companion because I saw he was doing it with Cody Garbrandt and who else is on there? Bradley Martin. It was a bunch of like brain dead knuckleheads. It was just like, it was weird and like he was all uncomfortable and it was just like, it was so, I don't know. Anyway, but yet he gets backed by Showtime and this, you could have Showtime. Anyway, got a little sidetracked. Thank you, Drunk, for sidetracking me down the AIDS of Brendan Schaub. Let's play this clip of Ariel Helwani and see what he has to say about Dana White.
From the moment it was made public that I was joining ESPN, unbeknownst to me on my life, on my kid's life, I didn't know when I was hired by ESPN, I didn't know that they were in talks with the UFC. I had no idea. At the time, they really had like one MMA guy on the staff. I thought, all right, you know, the sport is growing. Conor McGregor, they want to beef up the coverage. I had no idea about the other stuff. And then if you recall, and you could go.
Hold on a second now. So he had no idea. He had no idea about ESPN and the UFC getting ready to get into bed together. Had no clue. Now, how does Ariel have no clue about that when he knows everything? He gets the scoop on everything, Ariel, right? So I sort like right off the bat, I'm starting to feel like he might be full of shit, right? Because doesn't Ariel have like the scoop on everything within the UFC world? Not Sea World, UFC world.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Moss hates everyone. That's true. I do. I hate everyone, including you. So I don't know. Do you guys buy that? Like the guy that gets the scoop on everything. He always breaking stories left and right. He had no clue that the UFC. All right, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, right?
go back and look. Initially, they signed them to a 10-card deal, ESPN Plus only. And then I was like, all right, they're not the sole exclusive broadcast partner. I could live with that. And then it became the whole freaking thing. And then I started to get nervous. So from the moment it was made public.
So he got nervous. He got nervous when it decided to be real, when they were in love and they got married. He got a little nervous, okay?
In mid-May that I was going to ESPN, and at that time it had already been out that they had signed this deal with ESPN, the UFC did. Dana White tried to get me not even to make it to my first day.
Okay. Now, we are playing some audio clips from the Dan Le Batard show. So as soon as, this transpires, Ariel's in bed with ESPN. The first day, Dana's like, no more. Dana hates Ariel so much from his edgy questions that he's going out of his way to get the fucking nose out of there.
Get to my first day. And at that time, it had already been out that they had signed this deal with ESPN, the UFC did. Dana White tried to get me not even to make it to my first day.
Okay. Now, from a man that actually knows Ariel, met him a couple of times, and actually have had a little bit of drama with him back in the day, which wasn't really drama because the story to the new people in the chat was this. I'll give it to you in a nutshell. And this is the truth, okay? We were trolling on a Bloody Elbow media member. I think it was like a Flying Brian and Zane Simon. That guy. I think that guy's still around too. And it turned into this whole whirlwind. Like, it was going back and forth. And the reason why we were trolling this guy was because anything like linked to the MMA-Holes, he would just go ape shit. This guy, Zane Simon. Like, everything was just like, we were, I don't know. He just a complete asshole with us. So we're like, oh, you want to be a fucking asshole? And we went back at him. And it was going back and forth. And it rolled over to this flying Brian. Or is he frying? Is he flying? We don't know. I don't even think he's around anymore. And it was, these guys so happened to be the little guys under the Vox umbrella. Somehow, this thing picked up steam to the point where it was snowballing into the MMA hour because I decided to take the graphic of the MMA hour and make the MMA-Holes hour, which we still do to this day. Thank you. We still do to this day. And they had to stop, and now they're bringing it back, the MMA hour. But because we use a specific graphic, everyone went crazy, right? Vox is reaching out to us, blah, blah, blah. Then I started getting death threats from people that were claiming that they worked with Vox and whatever. And I reached out to Vox and I screenshotted it and I sent it to him. I'm like, I feel very endangered. And I did. I felt in danger. My life was in danger. So the people from Vox spoke to me. They were very pleasant. And they squashed the deal. My channel was brought back. Everything was a go. Now, this is where Ariel and Luke Thomas go to, come into the equation. We started trolling Luke Thomas, right? And I was showing up at events and whatever. Every time Luke would turn around, I'm there. I was asking questions on a serious thing, taking the mic and asking about his hot dog bottom lip. I was that guy. Luke Thomas got drunk and we were not really hanging out. I was just trolling him and he just let me hover around while I was trolling him. And I was talking about John Jones, the whole thing. He's showing me text messages of his back and forth with John Jones' manager when John Jones said the shit about Luke Thomas. And Luke Thomas said to me, listen, let me tell you something here. Keep this between me and you. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And he said, Vox sent out emails to everyone that works for him to not fuck with the MMA-Holes. No lie. Hand to heart. Vox sent an email to everyone in MMA media. So now I'm wondering, okay, now this makes sense. I ran into Mark Raimondi. He looked at me like I had fucking the coronavirus, AIDS, and syphilis, and every disease you could think of. Just like, oh, it's him, I was that guy. So I finally run into Ariel Helwani. I say, hey, Ariel, how's it going, buddy? It was in the hallways of, what was it, UFC... I think it was UFC 217, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it was that. Yeah, I think that was that one. Yeah, that was at the Garden, right? And he was there. Mark Raimondi completely ignored us. And Ariel Helwani's, I was like, hey, buddy, I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm Chris, from the MMA-Holes. He's like, I know who you are. He's like, keep doing you, man. He's like, I don't care about any of that stuff. Keep doing you. Completely cool. So now I'm saying to myself, this guy's awesome. Here I am trolling his show, his company, the whole deal. This guy's the best. Ariel's great. Luke Thomas, a little shady. But Ariel Helwani's all right in my book, so I've always defended him. We still do the MMA-Holes Hour, but I pulled away the graphic and we do our own thing. Everything's fine. Years later, Justin Jr., who is not with us anymore, unfortunately, has Ariel on his little YouTube channel over there. And Ariel Helwani's recollection of the story was completely different. Just that we were just trolling him. We were those guys that are trolling him and this and that, like he was a victim. And I'm saying to myself, that shit never happened. Never fucking happened. Complete lies. So now I'm like, wait, hold on a second. The schmo is going out there, right? And I'm not even a schmo fan. Why would I be? I don't like Shab. I don't like Ariel. I don't like any of these motherfuckers. I don't care about any of them. They could go fucking jump off a cliff. But the schmo is going out there saying he wants to fight this guy. And now he has a backstory about a false interaction with Ariel Helwani. Now, I'm not the biggest schmo fan in the world, but we have something in common. The schmo, Ariel's two-faced. A man with a memory that's very fucking good. The dude could remember, if you throw a UFC card at him, he could remember who was on the card, the date of the card, the whole lineup, the whole deal. The guy's got a ridiculous memory. But he doesn't remember our interaction the way I remember it. Number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
So from that point on, I felt a little weird about Ariel. I'm like, wait, hold on a second with this guy. What's going on here? What's the deal? Fast forward to this. Now, I'm glad even if I don't like another person with an MMA media, whatever, if I don't like any human being, I always still wish they do well in life. I'm not going to wish for someone's demise unless they do something horrific to me. None of these people did anything horrific to me, all right? I don't have any sort of super hatred towards these people. But I do find it weird that Ariel Helwani's been quoted as, a flip-flopping weasel here and there, and now it's starting to come together. So he is saying here on the Dan Levitard show, he's talking about Dana White.
From the moment it was made public in mid-May that I was going to ESPN, and at that time it had already been out that they had signed this deal with ESPN, the UFC did, Dana White tried to get me not even to make it to my first day.
Okay? Not even his first day. Now, we've reached out to Dana White multiple times. I don't know if he's got a manager or something. I'm sure he's got someone taking care of his business. But Dana, come on the fucking show, man. Because I never really had a bad experience with you. I've always supported Dana White as a promoter. I think he's one of the best ever. I think he is the UFC. Without Dana, sometimes I like Dana White's post-fight press conferences better than the actual fights. Never had a problem with Dana White. So in my opinion, here, I'm going to lean towards Dana. I want to believe Ariel, but how could I when I've had my interaction with him?
I mean, he raised hell to try to get to stop me. My first day was June 15th, tried to stop me to get to the first day. Now, to the credit of a lot of the executives there, they all said no. They all had my back. They gave me shows. They gave me opportunities. But for the next 3 years, it was, one roadblock after the next. It was one issue after the next. It was all kinds of stuff. I'll tell you a story. I've never even shared this story.
Okay, a story that he's never shared before. Okay, this is going to be juicy, right? Before we get to that story, let's get to the donations.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Chubbity Chubbs.
It's hilarious that people think Ariel Helwani is some kind of good guy. He literally cares about himself and that's it. He's not a good guy and he's certainly not a victim. And DC is full corporate douchebag now.
Oh, man. Those are harsh words. I see in the chat, Ariel, and thank you, Chubbs. Ariel is the only decent MMA reporter on the scene. And Diction 10 over there, I'm with you. If anyone were to ask me, I remember Luke Thomas asking me, he goes, who? Don't go after Zane Simon, go after someone bigger. I did. I went after Ariel and him, actually. But he goes, who's the number one guy? And I think he thought I was going to say Luke Thomas. I did not. I said Ariel Helwani, and then Luke Thomas said to me, well, what about Brett Okamoto? Now, this was, over 4 years ago. And I was like, I don't even know who Brett Okamoto is. I had no idea 4 years ago. No clue who Brett Okamoto is. I'm like, I know who Ariel is. Ariel's the top guy. I don't think Luke was thrilled about that. That was when he was still cordial with Ariel. I don't think Luke was thrilled about that answer. I still to this day say in journalism, the best journalist out there is Ariel Helwani. Put aside what I think about him being, a little two-faced or whatever. I guess you have to be two-faced to be in MMA media, to get the scoops and this and that, to get asked the real questions. Someone in the chat said, asking Conor about his fake teeth. It's a good job, Ariel, listen, I think that's another reason why a lot of people don't like Ariel, and maybe that's a reason why Dana White doesn't. He's too brash with his comments, but then it doesn't make any sense. There's got to be more, because Dana White has no filter. Dana White doesn't get offended unless you're Oscar De La Hoya or Tito Ortiz. Right? So how does this make... Who is right in this situation? Maybe they're both wrong. It's possible. But if you think about the evidence here, you got a guy in Dana White that doesn't give a fuck about anyone. He doesn't give a fuck about your opinion. He doesn't care. Maybe the media, he's not a big fan of when they lie. There was a situation, didn't Ariel break news that he was not supposed to break, and he broke it anyway? There was a story about that. I don't know if he brings this up here. Let's get to the story that Ariel has never told. Oh, but we have donations. Hold on a second here. It's like Brian Seacrest.
Wonderful.
The glove touch.
Yeah, Moss, that's a cool story, but do you know what the schmo did to me?
Listen. I don't know if the schmo's a good guy or bad guy. I've never met him, never come in contact with him, so I have no idea. I would have to take your word that he's a piece of shit. The MMA-Holes is the king of all MMA media. Number one. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Glove Touch, and thank you for that comment out there. The best in the game. Even if we burn every fucking bridge along the way, can't collaborate with any of the big people out there with microphones in front of their faces because we say how we feel. And I'm good with that. I can sleep at night.
Wonderful.
Ariel Helwani is a professional victim. You meet 1,000 snake-ass motherfuckers like him. So many people don't like him for that reason. He's a phony.
I tell you what. You might not be wrong. Now, I don't know if Chubbs has ever had an interaction with Ariel Helwani, but when you hear stories over and over again, right, of people that are coming up with the exact same thing, it makes you wonder. Now, this is a story that Ariel Helwani is about to tell about Dana White that he has never spoken about before. This is on the Dan Levitard show. I'm sorry, Dan.
When I would be at events, Dan, and everyone, and let's say it's the weigh-ins, right? And there's a desk there and I'm doing something beforehand, but Dana White is coming as a guest in 30 minutes or something. I would have to be escorted out of the venue because per his request, I couldn't be in his vicinity or his line of sight. So
he was so repulsed by Ariel Helwani that Dana White didn't want him in his sight.
Escorted out of the venue because per his request, I couldn't be in his vicinity or his line of sight. So
I mean, now Ariel's saying this. I just watched another fucking one of the Nelk videos, and Dana White is inviting everyone over that party, just handing out tickets to celebrities and yada, yada, yada. And if you think about it, Ariel Helwani is a celebrity within MMA media. Maybe that's the problem. He's part of the MMA media. Maybe because Ariel's the top dog out there. Maybe that's why. Maybe Dana's like, yeah, fuck this guy. He's still part of the media. He can go F himself. I don't know. But Dana White's just handing out tickets to people. I mean, that shoey that Ty Toivaza did, I found out in a freaking Nelk video that was Steve Will Do It shoe that he threw it out there. These people are running around. Donald Trump, the whole deal. But Ariel Helwani, the celebrity reporter, now escort that guy out of here.
But here I am on the set of a company that I work for, and security, the nicest people in the world, who were embarrassed that they had to do this, would tell me, I'm sorry, Ariel, we have to walk you out. You know how that makes someone feel?
How do you think Ariel... No, that must have been horrible. You work for the same company. The UFC is being aired on ESPN Plus. Ariel Helwani is the face of ESPN Plus when it comes to the MMA media aspect of the game. He blew right past Brett. Brett Okamoto was like sidelined when Ariel swooped in. And now they're escorting him out of the building. Sounds fucked up, right? It does sound fucked up when you hear Ariel's side. We have to hear Dana White's side. Dana White, please, you got to talk about this. We have to know what is going on with you and Ariel Helwani. Ariel said something, criticizing something maybe a year ago. I can't remember when it was. Maybe it had to do with the coronavirus. I can't remember. But Dana White said that's because he's a piece of shit. Oh, no, I know what it was. Ariel went on his social media and did an emotional, I think it was something to do with his feelings on, it was either a religious thing or I don't know. It was a very emotional video, and he was giving his political approach and opinion to it. And Dana White just basically called he's a lying sack of shit or something. I can't remember the quote. So Dana really doesn't like Ariel. The Holocaust, yes.
Wonderful.
That's probably what it was, yes.
The schmo didn't really want to fight Ariel. The schmo was talking all this shit about wanting to fight another MMA reporter. The MMA breeze called him out the other day, and Dorky David Schmo is in his comments and said no like a pussy.
Whoa.
Helen, yes, wife.
Yeah, I saw the Schmo. He did some interview, and Laura Sanko said she would be in his corner, and they were saying they want to set the Schmo up with a fight with somebody. You don't call out anybody unless you're willing to fight, right? And the only reason why I said the John Anik thing was John Anik was looking for an opponent. I thought it'd be hilarious, me being older than him and zero experience as a fighter, fighting John Anik. I thought it would be funny. But I don't want to fight anybody. I'm not looking to fight. Schmo's like, let's go! And then like making all these videos how he wants to fight Ariel Helwani and gets called out by someone else, and I guess, who knows? I don't know the full story, so I can't piggyback off of that. But I don't know the Schmo. I don't know. He's one of the guys I never met. I met Luke. I met Ariel. I met that Ramundi guy. Who else? I don't even remember who the hell I met. We know James Lynch. Nice guy. Nice MMA reporter. But at least he's working for himself. So he could be a little bit more, do his own thing. These other guys are answering to other companies, and who knows. Anyway, if you're just jumping in, Ariel Helwani is discussing Dana White being one of the reasons why he's not with ESPN anymore, apparently. He just told a story how he was escorted out of a building, and it sounds pretty messed up.
We have to walk you out of the venue because Dana White doesn't want you in his line of sight. I said, I'll sit right over there. I won't even look at him. I'll look at my phone. What are we doing here? So that's the kind of stuff that I had to deal with. I couldn't go backstage.
Okay, so that was a clippet of the show. The Dan Lebitard show.
Super chat.
Zach G.
Ariel reminds me of CNN and Dana reminds me of Trump.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Dana's best buds with Trump, and Ariel does have that more liberal approach, right, to his. And I mean, listen, it bums me out because I have to be honest with you. If Ariel, never said the words about us, I would be on the fence right now. I would be like, you know what, Ariel's the best in the game. It's kind of messed up, Dana. But I'm Team Dana right now. Team Dana. Let's see what you say in the chat. Oh, we got one more coming in here. Let's play it. Thank you for the donation.
Chat.
That Indian dude, baby.
This is the problem with MMA fans, fighters, and the bosses. Despite all the macho posturing, they are incredibly thin-skinned.
Oh, that's 100% true. That's especially the fans. I mean, the fighters kind of doesn't make any sense because they're out there just kicking ass, right? They're out there beating the shit out of each other, like the toughest people on the planet. So when you see they're sensitive, like, sticks and stones, it doesn't work with fighters. Fighters, they take things very seriously. A lot of them do. And maybe it's because of all the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into their training camps and the whole lead up, and it's an emotional battle grind away from their family by the time they get in the cage, and then the outcome. Maybe they don't want to hear bullshit from the fans. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. That's my guess. And I'm not a fighter, so I couldn't really dive into their brains. The fans, on the other hand, that is a sensitive bunch that tries to cover it up with bullshit. Like with trolling. I've never seen, I literally shot out a fucking truth cannon on Monday, and the tears flew. Triggered. Everyone thought I was talking about them, and I said, well, how do you know I'm talking about you? I'm talking about a select group of people. Why are you so triggered? MMA fans are very triggered. Very, very triggered. But I love that. That's great. That's great for us because it gives us content. This gives us content. Drama and gossip and shit talking is what we strive off of here on the MMA-Holes. So keep it going. I don't know if we can do this with another sport. I don't know if we could do NBA holes or NHL holes. Because I don't know if there's this much drama. The UFC, and maybe because it's every week, there's constantly something going. Events, fighters, these all the different personalities. And the media is very unique for MMA. Maybe people are burnt out. Why everyone's so agitated, I don't know. Or spoiled. The fans are spoiled because there's so many events. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The truth.
All of this started because Ariel leaked the Brock Lesnar return for UFC 100.
That's what it was. Okay, there we go. I remember I said it earlier. He leaked something. So it was the Brock Lesnar return for UFC 100. Someone probably said, hey, Ariel, I'll tell you about this, but you can't say anything. And ever since then. Does it not, though? I mean, that's a little effed, right? Especially if you're trying to promote something. UFC 100, a little further back in the day, so they're not what they are now. If you break a story like that, it's a betrayal. But could that be it? I mean, it started there. Yeah, maybe it was because that was the start and it just snowballed. Every time Ariel would ask a question, it was just some nonsense, according to Dana White. Maybe that's it. Or maybe Daniel Cormier loves him. They got a bromance going between the two. And it seems at times that Ariel actually is a decent guy to be around. Every time I've met him in person, he's been nothing but a gentleman to me. So I don't know what to think. I'm torn. I'm very, very torn. So I want to know from the people. Now, there's the second half to this. But I think the first half is enough. I think that's enough that we can go in with this. But anyway, if you want to hear the full thing, the Dan Le Batard Show, which I had no idea existed. Smash the like button, friends. I appreciate it. Hit that like button. We're looking to get to 200 likes tonight. Let's see what you say in the chat about the Ariel Helwani situation with Dana the Boss White. Okay, let's see. Oh, my God. So Brendan Schaub's fighter interviews are so much better than Ariel's. What are you talking about? Food Truck Diaries? That is definitely not. Ariel would ask follow-up questions when Dana wanted to move on to other topics. He pressured Dana for answers and he didn't want to give. So saying he was a little pushy with his questions. Okay. Well, apparently, I see. Here's the problem, though. Dana is the type of guy that, it really takes a lot to get under his skin, right? So there has to be something else. I can't see it just being that. Is it impossible? No. I mean, anything's possible. Maybe Dana just doesn't like his face. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like Jews. Who knows? Ariel wanted more money. ESPN didn't give it. He left. That's all. So you're saying it's more. So then why would Ariel throw Dana under the bus like this? What does Ariel get out of that, considering if the UFC, right, completely shuns Ariel to the point where they just try to shut down everything Ariel's doing? Like, can Ariel just pick up and go do something else and be successful? I mean, he already made his brand and his name. He has a following. You know, now that I think about it, when Ariel said he was making the switch, he did say that he was going to wear a lot of hats. And not only was he going to be doing MMA fighting, he was going to do BT Sports and other things as well. And he said he wanted to dabble into a podcast. It sounds like a Joe Rogan-esque podcast where he doesn't exclusively interview fighters. He also does like celebrities and other people. I wonder if this is Ariel's out. If he's trying to transition over to the pop culture world, like how Joe Rogan is. And even though Joe Rogan's still in the fight world, he can leave the UFC and still be majorly successful. I wonder if Ariel Helwani realizes, hey, listen, with Dana White still around and always hanging over my head, I want to be a megastar. I want to do this and that. He's going to make it more and more difficult for me. Maybe I should go this other route. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's setting himself up. Curious to see what he's going to do outside. He's been interviewing like WWE guys, right? And actors and all that. Maybe that's the plan. Who knows?
Wonderful, wonderful.
The glove touch.
Fuck the schmo.
All right. You want to have sex with the schmo. That's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay. Don't we all, right? Smart idea, says Snake Bacon. I think Ariel has actually peaked professionally. I mean, he's only, 32 years old? His best days are probably, ahead. Wasn't Helwani making $250K a year already? He was making a lot of money. I don't know how much, but that's probably about right. Helwani a Rogan. I thought Conor McGregor was going to kill Dustin Poirier. What happened? I am the poppy. You want to talk about Conor McGregor? Why don't you wish him a happy birthday? You should wish him a happy birthday. You want me to sing? For I am the poppy. Let's celebrate his birthday. There's a lot of Conor McGregor fans out there. And I am the poppy is wishing him the best of birthdays. So, in honor of the poppy in the chat, let's lead him in song. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Conor McGregor. Happy birthday to you.
My foot was up a leon.
"33 years old and not losing any sleep." All right. Thank you for wishing Conor a happy birthday. If anyone else wants to bring him up and talk about him, we can do so. It is his birthday. So we could do that. All righty. Okay, we're going to have JBM coming in. What happened? She's up again? Oh, Jesse was this close to coming back into the show. All right, so let's get your last thoughts on... I can't talk when she opens the door because the baby will wake up. Let's get our thoughts, the rest of the thoughts on the Ariel situation. If you're just jumping in, we played a clip from the Dan Levitard show, and Ariel Helwani was throwing the old boss under the bus, saying that the boss was being a meanie to him. Let's get the final comments over here. We got some donations coming in. Let me know in the chat what you think.
Wonderful, wonderful.
In that interview, Ariel basically anoints himself the savior of UFC and the one most responsible for its success. The guy thinks of himself as basically the UFC god, and I think his goal is to get rid of Dana at any cost.
So you think that he's trying to... You think he's trying to fuck over the... I mean, the boss ain't going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Maybe Dana sticks around even longer, as long as Ariel Helwani's covering the sport. Maybe we get more Dana White. I don't know.
Super chat.
Super chat. We got Howard.
Love this channel. Also hope Nick wins.
That's what we're going to move into. Nick versus... Well, he won the first one, right? Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler we're going to talk about next, and then we'll talk about the fights coming up. We also have MMA news, more MMA news to get to. Thank you to all the donators out there, and thank you to everyone that hit that like button. All wonderful, wonderful people.
Wonderful.
Even a dislike. Thank you very much. Appreciate that contribution to the channel. All wonderful, wonderful human beings. 1 Dana, 2 Joe, and 3 McGregor, says Alex Brown, excuse me. Nick Gurr wins. Okay. Did I just say the N-word? I thought Ariel worked for CNN or some MSM sports channel. No, he works for BT Sports, and he works with MMA fighting again. I don't know when that's starting. Probably soon, right? The MMA hour. They'll get a gazillion. That show will do fantastic. It will do fantastic once again. That's one thing about Ariel, man. He knows how to keep his brand going. Even if he's complaining about something, even if he's talking about something political or whatever, emotional. Some people love Ariel, so credit to him for doing that. And he still is the best MMA reporter in the game. I got to say, Brett Okamoto, if he wasn't like a pretty man, I mean, he does the most boring fucking interviews. I don't know, maybe Stephen A. Smith is the GOAT. Actually, you know what? Stephen A. Smith is the king of MMA interviews now. I want to see him do Stephen A. Smith needs an MMA show. That's my kind of guy. Is anyone else with me on this? Stephen A. Smith is the top MMA reporter out there. I don't know. I've become like a big fan of that guy. He don't give a fuck, man. He'll say the dumbest shit in the world and just keep going with it. That's my kind of guy. Right up my alley. Okamoto is boring. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I think because he's a handsome man. I think that's why. Usually MMA media guys are like mongoloids. So Brett Okamoto is the easy on the eyes for the ladies and the certain men. He knows nothing. That's the best part about it. Steven is a top 50. Ariel is a flaming liberal. He does some good interviews when he is not agitating people. I don't mind him agitating people. I really don't. Sometimes he does seem like he goes a little too far, right? But to me, there's no... I mean, if you're going to interview someone, you go for it. I mean, I've asked... Some of the questions I've asked people... Would I ask Bruce Buffer if he yells, it's time when he's having sex? I mean, I'd be a complete hypocrite if I said I didn't like Ariel's interviews and I asked a question like that. You know? So. But Mike Hawk is ideal. Ariel is an instigator. Laugh my ass off. Paul Felder is second, says Kevin from Chicago. Can't they just strip Sterling? I'm tired of waiting. I think he's got a fight. I think he's coming up. I think he's before the end of the year, he's going to be back. His McGregor interview was good. Stephen A. Smith is better than Ariel, and he dick punches too. Okay.
Wonderful.
That's why I love this chat room. They bring it in. They bring in the heat with the comments. Is Wonderboy a game man? I don't know. Like I said, I had Chris Weidman's wife allude to me at a Gotham party that he could possibly be homosexual. And I am not kidding. That's a true story. She never said, hey, he's gay or I think he's gay. She just... I asked, I'm like, does he date anybody? Like what's going on? Like, I actually was blunt. Very nice lady, Chris Weidman's wife. And she hinted towards him might be being gay, but like, not like it really matters. But he apparently has a girlfriend now, so I think his girlfriend's God. What's next for Wonderboy? My God. Talk about a guy that, man, shit the bed. You know what? Before we get into the Nick Diaz stories, let's look at this card. Because, yeah, we went heavy on the Conor thing. And feel free, guys, if you want to slam me and say DP for the win, the doctor stoppage that wasn't caused by Dustin Poirier. If you want to go with that, you can. Feel free to go away and donate away and knock yourself out. But we didn't really pay much attention to the rest of the card on Saturday night. So let's just touch on this so we could at least say we spoke about this. And then we'll move into Nick Diaz fighting Robbie Lawler, which is the talk of the town.
Wonderful.
Nick versus Robbie is kind of bullshit. Nick hasn't been fighting and Conor showed what happens when you take a break that's too long. It seems to me that Dana just wants fans to retire the love they have for Nick, and I kind of agree. Nick is old now.
You know, I'm with you. I'm with you that a Nick Diaz coming back doesn't have that same shine to it as it did a couple years back. And if you think about it, his last fight against Anderson Silva was so fucking bad. Like just him lying down and nothing happened in that fight at all. That was his last fight. And then when was the one before that? I mean, it's been forever. Let's see. Nick Diaz. Okay. I got my keyboard really far away because my extended keyboard broke. Okay. Nick Diaz. Alrighty. All right, so the end, it was the St. Pierre fight. That was 2013. So if you really think about it, because that, let's be honest, that Anderson Silva no contest, I mean, it was a train wreck, that fight. That fight was a complete train wreck. That was in 2015, then he had the suspension deal. The last somewhat real fight he was in was George St. Pierre in 2013. I mean, we're talking pushing not quite 10 years, but almost 10 years, you know? So I'm from 21 minutes in. Wait. 21's in the past, but LOL Ariel. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't know. What does that even mean? What does that mean? That's a long lull. I don't know what the hell that means. Anyway, yeah, so if you think about it, what the hell are we going to see with Nick Diaz coming back? Well, if you're going to put him against a fighter, you put him against someone that he has defeated already, right? Would that make sense? How long ago was that? That was a long... Let's see. We're going back a ways. Damn, how long was that? 2004. So what do you do? What do you do? You put Nick Diaz... I guess we'll talk about the Saturday card in a second. Let's just fucking go with it. We'll go with the Kainoto segue. You put him in the cage with a guy that he fought and defeated already. Also, a guy that looks like trash lately. I mean, Robbie Lawler now, the former champ. I mean, what in the holy hell happened to this guy? And let's be honest, he hasn't been so active himself. You got the Neil Magny fight. That's right. You got that fight over there. But then you got the Colby Covington fight, which you look like shit. I mean, you got like little breaks, like year breaks between fights. But I mean, listen, Neil Magny's pretty good. Colby Covington, he's a stud. The Ben Askren fight, you know what? Robbie probably should have won that fight. That whole Herb Dean situation. I don't know. It was a little weird. He probably would have got out of that situation, right? He said he was okay. I can't really kill Herb for stopping there. So it was a weird deal. But anyway, you got to think if he got his head out of there, there's a good chance he could have won that fight. I'm not going to be one of those guys that say, "Oh, Robbie gets his head out and guaranteed win." I'm not going to be that guy. I can't stand that fan. The fortune telling fan is the worst. The worst. Well, if this would have happened, guarantee that would have happened. They're doing it with Conor. They do it with a ton of fighters. If this would have happened, that would have happened. All right, guys. All right. Magical fans. Well, Dos Anjos, I mean, that fight didn't look very good. And then Donald Cerrone, which he probably lost that fight because I do recall that one, 2017, and I think they got that decision wrong. Let's see. So realistically, his last win was in 2016. He lost the belt to Carlos Condit. I mean, to Tyron Woodley. Before that, the Carlos Condit. Actually, that fight was close too. Anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, the last actual win was Carlos Condit in 2016. So Robbie Lawler is not the best Robbie Lawler right now. And on top of it, he already lost to Nick Diaz. If you're gonna put a fight together, not bad. If you're gonna bring Nick Diaz back, and Robbie Lawler is like all in limbo and shit, once a champion, and all of a sudden something happened, just completely fell apart. Yeah, why not? So I'm not opposed. I'm not against it. I kind of like this fight. It was weird because I was excited Nick was coming back. Then I'm like, you know what? I saw him doing some sparring, hitting pads and stuff like that, and shadow boxing. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see this guy fight anymore. Dude slurring his speech and all mangled and shit. I don't know. But now putting him against Robbie Lawler hasn't really looked good. So I'm kind of cool with it. Jess, welcome to the stream. Looks like you've been through hell and back. The baby's out? All right. The baby is out. All right, Jess. So we discussed, I don't know if you heard, but we discussed the Ariel situation. I don't know if you want to touch on that real quick. Did you have a story? Did you pull the story on it? I put it in the tabs. But
nope.
Okay. All right. So fuck the Ariel story. Let's talk about Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler situation. What do you think? Robbie Lawler versus Nick Diaz. What are your thoughts on it? Are you excited? You like, who cares? What do you say?
Yeah, I think Robbie Lawler's pretty much on his way out. So I think it's the perfect fight for them to put together since Diaz isn't really taking like where he's headed seriously. He's just fighting to fight. So I guess it's a good fight for them to put together for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Dana White hates Jews?
Yes.
Okay, so it's true. I saw it in the chat there. All right, so Jesse's kind of on board. She likes it. I like it. I don't hate it. You know, listen, it is what it is. It's a 5-round fight, though. You have a story on that one?
I have, Nick Diaz, Robbie Lawler 2 for UFC 266.
Okay, let's run into that. Before we do that, let's hit this don't know.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Do you like Jews?
I really don't understand the Nick Diaz fight either. He is old. But hey, it's going to make some money and it will probably be entertaining, so let's go.
Yeah, right? Like, what are we going to do? I can't really complain because Robbie Lawler, like, who do you put him against? Like, I like the idea of Robbie Lawler versus Mike Perry. That's interesting. But we did find out that Jesse likes Jews. So if you're Jewish in the chat, you're safe. Jesse is not going to turn her back on you. Okay, here we go. Nick Diaz, the return. What's the story about?
According to MMA Fighting's Sean Al-Shadi, the Diaz brothers are becoming quite familiar with 5-round non-title bouts. The rematch between Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler, which was previously reported as being in the works, is now official for September 25th as a 5-round non-title fight for UFC 266. The MMA Fighting confirmed the news with the UFC officials following an initial report by Yahoo Sports. Diaz's younger brother Nate Diaz made history earlier this year at UFC 263 when he competed in the first 5-round non-headlining non-title bout ever held on a UFC pay-per-view with his decision loss to Leon Edwards. Now it will be Nick Diaz's chance to do the same. Diaz has not fought since the 2015 bout against Anderson Silva, which was originally a decision loss, but was subsequently overturned into a no contest after Silva tested positive for 2 banned substances. The 37-year-old Stockton native has competed against a who's who of the early days of the sport, picking up notable wins over BJ Penn, Paul Daly, and Frank Shamrock throughout his 20-year run. Lawler is a former UFC welterweight champion, renowned as one of the most exciting fighters in the history of the sport. The 39-year-old owns victories over Rory McDonald 2 times, Johnny Hendricks, Carlos Condit, Donald Cerrone, and many others over his own 20-year career. Lawler has dropped 4 consecutive bouts, the most recent of which came in a decision loss to Neil Magny last August. Diaz and Lawler fought once before, with Diaz winning a memorable brawl via second-round knockout at UFC 47 in 2004. UFC 266 takes place at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. UFC featherweight champ Alexander Volkanovski is expected to face one-time challenger Brian Ortega in the main event.
You know, speaking of Alex Volkanovski, and we'll get back to Nick Diaz, did you see the picture that's floating around the internet of Volkanovski?
I've not been on the internet in like 3 days.
It's like BJ Penn. Hold on. How do you spell Volkanovski's name?
Volkan.
Alexander Volkanovski. Okay.
Yeah.
There's like a meme going around of his face, and I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's everywhere. One's in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. There's a bizarre meme. Oh man, where the hell is it? There's like this face. It's kind of like that BJ Penn face where he's sticking his head out in the corner. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing, like this Volkanovski meme. Shit, if someone could put it on the MMA-Holes.com, it's hilarious. I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing it everywhere. Fuck, where is it? Of course, I can't find it now. I should have pulled it up before the stream. What is going on with this? It's like a bizarre... Oh, let's see if I can find it. Volkanovski. I think they clipped it from Tough. Sean, you know what I'm talking about? Sean, you got to help me out. If you can find that picture. Oh, is this it? Oh, that's him talking. So there's a picture. It's kind of like this, but this is him talking. It's like a close-up of his head on like a weird angle, and people are memeing the shit out of it.
Why?
And now I can't find it. It's probably on a Reddit or something. I don't know. Oh, this is it. This is it. It's this picture here. It's this. This is everywhere. I don't know what the hell is going on, but this picture is popping up. People are superimposing faces. It's everywhere. What is the deal with this thing?
I guess because that was when he first announced he shaved his head, right?
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
So they're like making fun of it?
Oh man,
the change.
I mean, the picture is kind of funny. If you keep looking at this picture, it's like a bizarre. I don't know. He just says clean. I don't know what it is.
His head.
But it's placed in other photos. Yeah, he's like popping up in other people's photos. Like people are memeing the shit out of this.
I guess because it's funny because he looks different, so they thought it would be funny to just plaster him all over the place. I don't know.
Oh look, Chris Mutino's in the chat. How you doing, Chris? You think that's really him?
No.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Chris, for showing up. All right. If anyone can find the memes, if you can make a thread on the MMAHoles.com, we'll go through them. Please, I hope you guys could harvest a couple of these things because I don't know what it is, but I keep I'm scrolling through IG and I'm like, why does this picture keep popping up? Anyway, all right. I don't know. I just got segued. So Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler coming up. Main event, 5 rounds. If Nick Diaz gets the win here, do you think that he becomes like his brother right now? I mean, he's always been popular.
What do you mean like his brother?
In fact, he was the first, he was the Diaz brother, right? He was the guy. Then he kind of, faded off with the suspension and everything like that. And then Nate took over, and then Nate was the guy. Do you think if Nick comes back, because Nate is always like, Nick Diaz, mommy's motherfucker. Nick Diaz, mommy. Nick Diaz, my mommy. Nick Diaz, my mommy, motherfucker.
I don't understand what you're like.
Do you think he takes over?
Takes over? No,
Yeah.
No.
Because Nate's the guy. Who's more popular to you?
I think they're both equally popular, honestly.
I think Nate is. I think more casuals know who Nate is right now because Nick's been out of the game for a while.
No, I don't think really much changes after this. I think this is just kind of like a one-off for Nick. I don't see him going too far with taking a lot of fights at this point.
If you walk through a grocery store, get a picture of Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz. What are more people, who are they going to know?
Well, when I first jumped into watching MMA, and I thought they both looked exactly the same.
They look the same. So you're saying all Diaz brothers look the same. That's racist. It's incredibly racist.
Okay.
What other kind of people look the same? Jesse, old Chinese people look the same too to you?
Okay, Moss.
Connor? Yes, sir. Connor thinks so. All right, anyway. What do you guys think the results of this fight? As 2004, Nick got the job done. 2nd round finish. Does Robbie get the redemption fight?
Nah. Robbie looks like, I hate to say it, I know he's like a legend and stuff like that, but Robbie's not winning this fight. Just yeah, no, Robbie's not
even with the long layoff?
No, that's even worse. That's worse for him.
Really? No, I'm saying Nick Diaz with the long layoff.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I think Robbie's going to lose.
Whoa. Guaranteeing a Nick Diaz win. Let's see. Chat, who's going to win, Robbie or Nick?
T-Bird says 5 rounds. Brandon Lewis says Nick is trying to get paid with the little time he has left while MMA is at its all-time most popular point. Nick gets the W. Nobody wins in that fight, says let's go champ. Chubb says actually think Robbie might get knocked out in the 1st round. Let's see. Diaz versus Poirier says how to USA. Drunk says Nick has the liquor now. Nick says Gavin Macias. Rye Drive says Nick. Double KO says John Guy. Crazy Ginger says Robbie. Uncle Boss Robbie. Travis Tabor Robbie baby. Hector says Nick murders Robbie. Chris Mutino, I'm gonna kill my next opponent, man. Two Joint says Ellie's new emoji. Kieran says Robbie ain't winning. He always froze since that McDonald fight. Hashtag bring back Ellie. Nope, that's not happening. Leo England says Nick got it. Nick versus Kimura says myself. Henry Down says Nick wins by broken leg.
Okay, so there's the Nick Diaz army in the chat. Hell yeah. All right, so that's what the people are saying. Nick Diaz versus Robbie. When is the date of this fight?
I just closed out of the tab. I read the whole story, Moss.
It's okay. I'll pull it up right here. The date is September 25th, 2021. Confirmed. The rematch. September 25th. So save the date. Robbie Lawler versus Nick Diaz. It's going to be interesting. I don't know why, in a weird way. I don't need it. I don't need the fight at all.
Well, it's not a bad fight.
But
I mean,
I think the closer it gets, I'll probably be amped up.
I think for a one-off for Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler's final fight, maybe. I think it's an all right fight to put together.
Do we get to see Nick Diaz lie on the floor again, you think? He's going to do a centerfold pose?
Huh?
Centerfold pose, Nick Diaz?
Yeah.
I think so. He's saying yes. Okay. Yes. Let's see what we got over here. Donation coming in. And
Wonderful.
It's the lovely Adolf.
Dana White hates Ariel because he betrayed White's trust. Brock coming back to fight Mark Hunt was supposed to be a surprise, but he let the cat out of the bag. That's when Dana White learned I was right about the Yiddish.
Okay, thank you. If you're just jumping in, the whole beginning of the show, we spoke about the Ariel Helwani situation with Dana White, saying that Dana White didn't want him there on ESPN. He wasn't welcomed, escorted out of the building, the whole deal. So if you want to hear the audio to that, we played that earlier, and we gave the history of the MMA-Holes with Ariel Helwani, because there are some new people in the community, so we kept them up to speed. 318 people watching the show. Make sure you smash the like button, friends. And let's get us to 200 likes tonight. Let's go, people. Hit that like button. Be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, Jess, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. By the way, we are closer and closer, from what we hear, to be locking up a deal to have something very special on this channel coming up at the end of this month. Very close to getting it done. It looks like it's pretty much a done deal anyway. But we are very excited to really go into overdrive and promote this. This channel, breaking boundaries, as we're about to do something very special once again and up the ante this time around. So let's see if this comes together very soon, because I can't wait to talk about it. Anyway, Head Rush, our friends at Head Rush, how can they get some discounts?
Head Rush is provider of the highest quality authentic apparel for lifestyle, MMA, and action sports enthusiasts. Head over to Head Rush's website with the link in the description below using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off of your entire purchase.
Okay, there you go, Head Rush. We got ballsy, baby.
Taking great care of yourself doesn't have to feel like a chore. Ballsy products are developed with unique active ingredients to keep you feeling and smelling better than ever before. Get 15% off using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES at ballwash.com with the link in the description below.
All right, I'm going to keep this up over here. Get your discounts. The reason why I'm going to keep this up is, I don't know if you saw this, Jesse. Oh, shit, I hit the wrong thing. But I'm going to go over to the MMA-Holes.com. There's a meme section that we didn't get to. We didn't finish the whole thing. There were so many memes. So I'm going to put up one meme because it actually made me laugh out loud. I actually enjoyed this one. This is actually pretty good, and it has to do with our sponsor. If you go to the MMA-Holes.com, there's a UFC 264 meme section. Okay? All right? Right over here on the MMA-Holes.com, we have a link in the description, so drop your memes away. Really funny stuff. But I'm going to show a meme real quick, and it made me chuckle. It did make me chuckle. I'm not going to lie. We have a very creative bunch over here. The MMA-Holes art department has put something together here, Jesse. And if you could check this out. Okay, here's Ballsy, the ad for Ballsy. And $15 off. The promo code is MMA-HOLES. But here, coming out of what people call the glory hole, is Conor McGregor's foot, Jesse. Beautiful, right? Isn't that a beautiful piece of art?
That's wonderful, wonderful, Moss.
Look at that. That's beautiful. I want to frame that thing. So, Ballsy, get your discounts. Even Conor McGregor's foot and leg is using Ballsy. Okay, what else we got? Lux Bidet?
Say goodbye to toilet paper with affordable premium bidet attachments by Lux Bidet. Lux Bidet attachments gently cleanse your skin, leaving you feeling refreshed and confident every time you leave the bathroom. Use promo link in the description below and get 10% off applied at checkout for all of Lux Bidet's attachments. Again, that's 10% off applied at checkout with the link in the description below.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Discounts for everyone. MysticRootCBD.com.
Get top quality organic CBD products like hemp flower extracts and cosmetics and more at MysticRootsCBD.com. Get 20% off using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES at MysticRootsCBD.com.
ESPN Plus.
Get your favorite live sports from ESPN Plus, your favorite UFC fight nights, UFC pay-per-views, and all of your favorite live sports, any sport, for as little as $4.99 a month. Check out ESPN Plus. Link in the description below. Helps us out and helps you out.
Yeah, so if you want to watch the fights this weekend, you know, I think I'm 17 episodes behind on The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
How many episodes?
I've stopped watching it, honestly. I watched like the first episode and then I was out. I even said, yeah.
No, two. We did watch the second.
Oh, yeah, we watched the second. I even said I was going to watch this whole season. I haven't picked it up once.
You love the blue shirt? We got it down below. If you like it for yourself, hit the store. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Has anyone watched is anything going on good? Should we binge watch the rest? I mean, I think we're what? Maybe 3 or 4 behind? I don't know.
Are we? I think we're more than that, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We might be only 3 or 4.
Is it worth it? Do we go? I mean, I don't even, it's bad when you don't even know it's on anymore. It's crazy. I don't know how the ratings are, but should we let us know in the chat if we should go back into it?
I don't really see many people talking about it, so it must not be that great.
Don't watch. Chris Boutino says medical suspension. I didn't reach out to him. I got to reach out to him. Right? Boutino on here. The only thing is, he seems so serious. I don't know with our humor.
Yeah, I'll probably offend him, just like we offend everybody else.
I'll reach out to him anyway. I'll hit him on Facebook. I hate the juice. Yeah.
Super chat.
Travis Tabor. What up, Travis? The 10.
Have you guys talked about Shannon Briggs versus Rampage Jackson? The IG meme war is pretty entertaining.
No.
Volkanovski looks like a little fucking slaphead.
Little fucking slaphead. No, I didn't. Drop it on the website. I'll check it out on the MMA-Holes.com. Yeah, if there's any memes or anything, just drop it over there. I dare you to watch the entire video. Yeah, there's a couple of threads here on our discussion section. The chat room, right? Is that what's called? The chat room? What do we call this?
Chat room.
The chat room.
It used to be chat board, and then
chat room. So here we go. Here's our threads over here from the people from the community all over the world. So when we're not live, have a ball, have a blast over here. NBA is so dead. What happened? Did the Suns win? What's going on with the Suns? My new team, Jess. Big Suns fan. All right, let's get back into the news here. What else we got?
All right, Paul Felder says that Conor McGregor's threats to Dustin Poirier or his wife was completely out of bounds, quote unquote. He said it's not about murder.
Oh, he's not crying. He's defending, right? Okay. Well, Dustin was crying. All right, let's see what he says.
All right.
So Felder is the Irish Dragon is defending the Irish. You know why, Jess? Because Conor McGregor finally acknowledged Paul Felder. Remember, Felder's like crying, and then as soon as Conor said his name, Felder had like a boner and shit.
Well, he's not defending Conor.
What?
No, he says that Conor's threats at Dustin's and his wife were out of bounds.
Threats at Dustin's Poirier's wife out of bounds. It's not about murder. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking it out of context. That's what he's saying.
So.
At least that's what I get from the headline.
Paul Felder was disgusted with the way Conor McGregor conducted himself at UFC 264.
Oh, he was?
So, yeah. So, McGregor suffered a broken leg in the first round. TKO lost to Dustin Poirier in their trilogy bout this past Saturday.
It's disgusting, Jesse. It's so... Ew, I am repulsed by those comments.
A frustrated McGregor ramped up his pre-fight antics by making death threats at Poirier and his wife in the immediate aftermath, and also threatening to come after both of them in a series of tweets he has since deleted. Felder thinks McGregor's actions were heinous and that he was lucky Poirier restrained himself.
Wait, he said they were heinous?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so heinous.
And that he was lucky Poirier restrained himself considering the injured state he was in.
Yes.
He said this.
Oh, I'm so... Jesse, let me tell you something. The heinous actions of Conor McGregor makes me repulsed and disgusted. I could not even go home and fuck my own wife. I was so disgusted. I laid in bed, Jesse, with a puke bucket next to my bed, and I said, I was dragging puke because I'm so repulsed by these heinous words. Okay. What else did he say?
All right, he said, you're on the ground with your leg broken in half at the bottom, threatening to kill somebody to a man who has just dominated you twice in a row now.
Yes.
He could walk up and soccer kick you in the mouth and knock all your teeth out and leave you for dead on that canvas.
Oh, total badass, you Felder.
You're the one who's in the position to get killed, Conor, in that spot.
Sounds like fighting words, Mr. Felder. Wow, this headline completely threw me for a loop. This is even better. I like this.
He continued, about Dustin, the thing that I love is that this guy could have went over there and tried to attack Conor, who's on the ground with a broken leg.
But he was a good man and he didn't do it, correct, Jesse?
Not that security would have let that happen, but the way that he's allowing him to say that and just biting his tongue and holding his head high. I mean, so many high fives to Dustin Poirier for the way he handled that situation.
Oh, yes. Let me suck his cock now. Yes. Dustin Poirier, you handled those dreaded words by the Notorious One as he's being fucking interviewed with his leg snapped in half. What a horrible human being that man is over there. Let me suck your cock, Mr. Poor.
He continued on and said, "This sport is violent. I get that. We're supposed to beat the crap out of each other, knock each other out. But at the end of the day, it's not about murder. It's not about your family. Leave those things out of your mouth or get the hell out of the octagon. I don't ever want to see you again."
This is great. So, oh God, I love this shit. So, we were talking about at the beginning of the show, someone dropped a donation and said something about MMA fans, MMA media, fighters, very sensitive, right? So there's only two ways I can go about this. And maybe he really believes that's fine. I don't give a fuck. It just makes good material for me. But heinous and repulsive and like these righteous words that he's throwing out there, right? And he's disgusted. Does he truly believe this, or is he just saying, hey, let me get out there in the news. Let me go with the people. This is where the majority is going. Let me go with this. Like, I mean, what do you take from this?
I can finish what he said, and you'll hear it in like this last part.
Yeah.
It does sound like he is genuinely repulsed.
He's repulsed
by what.
Okay,
Conor said.
so then, very sensitive man. Then Paul Felder.
If that's what you want to call him, I guess.
Yeah, I thought Paul Felder was. I thought he had a little more nuts, more juice in his sack. But
all right,
whatever.
Let me tell you the last
heinous
part.
words. Okay, what else?
He said it's not a street fight. It's not life and death, really. Obviously, in boxing and MMA, there's injuries that can cause people to literally die. So to talk about that stuff is just disgusting. And we've mentioned that a million times. What he said was wrong.
All right. Well, listen, I got to say this. If you want to get on people's good side, not saying that I high five Conor for saying what he said. Listen, the guy said stupid things in the midst of trash talking the whole deal. When you do that in 2021, people are going to get incredibly offended. Is Conor going to fly over and murder his family? Well, they're like, well, Conor flew over there and tried to kill Habib with a hand truck. He could do anything. Okay, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion over there. From what I saw there, I did not get the thought that Conor McGregor is going to heal up and murder Dustin Poirier's family. I think you got to chill. Yes, you don't say you're going to murder them. And by the way, the footage, like we played it. I mean, I didn't see or hear shit. I didn't even see the gun gesture. I didn't even see that. Did you watch that video?
No, but I also have not been on the internet. I'm sure I would have seen it if I was on the internet.
Yeah, you're better off not being there. It's a series of people just like going back at whatever side you lean on, whether you're pro or anti. It doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of people who are like just righteously fucking saying you're bad. Like it's crazy. Anyway, regardless of the fact, thank God Paul Felder spoke out on this because it's not like anyone did,
Mm-hmm.
So everyone was keeping pretty quiet. So it's a good thing Paul the Irish Dragon said something because I mean something had to be said. Thank God Paul said it. Thank God, thank God Paul went out there and said it because it really is repulsive. Could you imagine someone coming out that worked for ESPN, right? And we have a nice relationship with ESPN, but thank God we don't have to like bow and blow and fucking say everything like politically correct. We could actually be more honest with our opinions. Maybe it comes across as insensitive. But could you imagine someone came out that worked for ESPN and be like, what's the big deal? Like he's talking shit. They'll probably be immediately fired, right? Like who gives a fuck? He's not going to kill his family.
I've
Settle
noticed
down.
though that a lot of MMA outlets, not like solely ESPN, but I'm just saying like a lot of outlets don't really care what their employees say.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you take MMA Mania for example, it's all opinionated articles. Like everything on there, including Bloody Elbow, everything on there is opinionated. There's no like the only exception I would give is maybe MMA Fighting. They will do like a non like they don't choose sides when they're writing there. They just give the facts.
Mm-hmm.
But everywhere else I've seen is there's usually some sort of opinion being implied by the writer.
Well, you know what the opinion is though. The opinion's always that I don't want to fucking go here, but it's usually that excess liberal mentality of canceling. Like that's usually what it is.
That's pretty
right?
prominent. Yeah, in a lot of the articles for sure.
Yeah.
But even like just like silly things like debates about two different fighters, the author always takes an opinion. I don't ever see these companies cracking down on their employees like not having an opinion.
Yeah, I can't think about like there was Colby Covington made a statement. I'm trying to think of trash talk that like that really got to me, right? And when Conor did trash talk against Habib, I felt a little icky. I felt a little icky there. I was like, man, I don't know, Conor. You might have went a little too far there. Very, religion. Whew, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like Colby Covington said something that was, oh man, it was super insensitive. I mean, he said about what's his face getting hit by a train. Fuck, help me out. What? Oh, the baby's up again. Matt Hughes getting hit by a train. Like, he made those comments. Colby Covington went after the Brazilians and shit like that. Yeah, it comes across as insensitive, but who gives a fuck? Colby Covington had to get escorted out of the fucking building because the Brazilians wanted to kill him for the words that he said, Not advisable, And even Conor McGregor's words, you can't say those things when we're in a triggered society where everyone's just like, my bad word. Like, you can't say those things. Now, if you go out and do shit, it's tougher to defend, right? But trash talk, I mean, who gives a fuck, man? I even heard Matt Sarah, too, was going on and saying, you just don't do that about religion. Oh, okay. So if someone makes fun of a retard or something, Matt Sarah's going to be like, no, that's wrong, too. No, I bet Matt Sarah's probably laughed at someone, that was mentally ill or something. I'm sure Matt Sarah has laughed at something you wasn't supposed to laugh at. I would imagine. But because it's popular to say don't make fun of religion, it's the end of the fucking world. I laughed when Colby said that. Yeah, I mean, listen, and this is what I'm trying to say. It's not even, I'm not trying to say it's just Conor. It's the whole, everyone lumped in. Like, trash talk, man, trash talk's fucked. It's messed up. You say messed up things to try to mess with your opponent. He's trying to lobby for another fight. Colby Covington, in an effort to lobby for fights, he goes out there and says the worst possible things. He was saying that he was plowing some girl that apparently he wasn't plowing. And who knows? Doesn't Matt call people fags? Yeah. Yes, Mike. Yes, that's a good point right there. I mean, Matt Sarah's a New York guy. He's a Long Island guy. He's Italian. He's got a big mouth, and I'm sure he said insensitive things. Then he goes on podcasts. I don't say something. That's a piece of shit. So I don't get, the people that are saying you don't say these things, right? In trash talk, yet have said things that could insult a demographic or people. It doesn't make sense. It goes back to hypocritical, It's a bummer. It's a fucking bummer, man. Why can't we just fucking like the chat? You guys, you guys troll and say whatever the fuck you want. You bust my chops, you bust each other's chops, you bust fighters' chops. What are we gonna do? Stop it! Stop it! You're being mean, man! You're bad! No. But it's just never gonna end. Never gonna end. Thank you for the subscribe, Michael Garland. Appreciate that, bud. That is the real Chris Mutino. Felder Trash Hooker's name, remember? Yeah, I'm sure Felder's talked trash before, but you know what? It's like comedians. There's no line in comedy, man. There's no line. If you want to be a truly funny person and you want to get all the audience out there, you got to go either below the belt, you got to go PC, you got to just go everywhere with your comedy, right? But there's a risk you take when you're in 2021. You can't be doing that because people get angry, they get offended. I hate to have people start saying you can't say certain things in trash talk. If you don't like it, you turn it off. You move on, But Paul Felder flew to the defense and says, bad man, bad man. God. Oh, my God. It's God. It's fucking God.
Dustin Poirier is my son reincarnated. All hail him in his vast quest to fight the devil that is Conor McGregor. Light triumphs over evil once again, so says the Lord.
I'm sorry, God. I am sorry for everything that I've done wrong and said wrong. I apologize. That was God. That was actually really God, by the way. Wow. I never knew God was an MMA hole. This is exciting. Smash the like button, friends. We got some more donos to get into and more news to get into as well as we're rolling through, having some fun tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Here comes Wild Berry.
It would have been hilarious when Conor was on the ground yelling Dr. Stoppage if Herb Dean ran over and soccer kicked Conor on the mouth and yelled, "Don't tell me how to do my job."
That would be pretty good. Yeah, you know what? I would have laughed. I may be a Conor fan, but that's pretty fucking funny. I'm like, what the fuck just happened there? I just soccer kicked him. Yeah, that actually would be pretty funny. But you can't do that, man. It's wrong. Oh, man. That's fucking funny. I saw a comment. Oh, I should have paused it on it. Where is it? Someone said something. I don't know. Someone said, you know, you could say anything you want. You just can't talk about race and religion. And it's like, why? I understand certain religions and cultures, they take it very, very serious. But if that's the case, the fuck you watching cage fighting for? I'm pretty sure if you're a super religious human being, cage fighting wouldn't be on the list of things that the gods would be like, yeah, okay, cool. Unless you're a Viking, maybe. Right? Right? Am I wrong on this one? That's why I always found it weird. Like Dustin Poirier... Dustin Poirier prays before he gets into the... And now this is a fucking rabbit hole that I'm going down and I'm going to get the fuck out quick because you know how people are. But it's not just Dustin. It's a lot of people. Like they go into the cage and, sign of the cross and the whole deal. And that's cool, man. If I'm cool with religion, if you feel that it helps you in your life, it leads you on a righteous path and keeps you out of trouble, I'm all about it. Maybe Conor should find religion, right? I'm sure a lot of people would say that. But to pray before you enter a cage to fucking try to dismantle another human being, I would have to think that God would be like, well, I created that guy too, so I'm not sure what you want me to do here and how I'm supposed to look at this. I don't know. That's in my crazy head. That's what I think. But, listen, everyone's got their own opinion.
Super chat.
Super chat coming in. Zach.
Do you like Oscar, the lead guy for Mac Life? He seems to not give a fuck.
Who is that? I don't know who Oscar is. Is he the guy that does the interviews? Is that Oscar? If so, I guess he's all right. I don't really know who he is, but I would imagine. I don't know. I don't know enough to have an opinion.
Super chat.
Sasko.
In the street and in any works of life, you can't say that to someone's wife or kids. I'm pretty sure DP doesn't care if that was towards.
Okay, let me go back into this. This is in the street and in any works of life. You can't say that to someone's wife or kids. So if someone's wife is flipping you off and then you make a joke, and honestly, the kill thing, I didn't hear the exact fucking words. I'm still going off of what you people are saying. I'm looking at this video and I'm like, how the fuck did they hear what he's saying? They're saying he's making gun things. I didn't see him do no gun thing. Maybe he pointed with 2 fingers, but I didn't see no gun thing. I didn't see it. So I don't fucking know. I don't know exactly what the man fucking said. I see the transcript. I see people putting in subtitles, but I'm listening. I'm like, I don't hear shit. The video is out. He says, in your sleep, you're getting it. Okay. So in your sleep, you're getting it. What? Getting the thoughts of Conor McGregor beating you in a rematch? What is getting it? What is so horrible about that? In your sleeps, you're getting it. Does he say, hey, I'm going to come to your house and blow your brains out? Like, what did he say? Like, what did he say? So if he's pointing like this, right? Right? Because what? He's doing this automatically. Did he say he's going to shoot them? What did he say? And held the gun up, Moss. What gun? He had his fingers up. What did he say? In your sleep, you're getting it. Exactly what he said. So, okay. All right. I am not going down this rabbit hole. So you're saying in your sleep, you're getting it. What? Did he go pew pew? Is that what he said? If he went like this and pointed, this means a gun, right? This automatically fucking means a gun. You can't, your legs split in half and you're going like this. He never said he was going to shoot them, correct? Never said it. Cancel culture. People making up shit. You're getting it. What? Maybe he's going to slip in bed and have sex with Dustin Poirier. Maybe he's going to have a threesome with his wife. I don't fucking know. The dumbest, you guys. What are you doing? You see how stupid you sound? Think about it. You're assuming he's saying he's going to shoot them. What? Come on, man. Listen, if you don't like Conor, it's fine. If you think he handled it wrong, I'm fine with that as well. But now you're saying this whole narrative that he's going to shoot. Did he say, oh, I'm going to blow your family away? Doesn't make any sense. The dumbest fucking thing. Like, you guys are crazy. And then Conor says, you're looking good. I'll see you at the after party and with that shit. When did he say the murder was going to happen? Man, oh man. It sounded such like pussies. You're right? Like, when did everyone get so pussified? See, but this is what happens when you believe a narrative. Look with your own eyes. But he had a gun in his hand. What gun was in his fucking hand? What was he doing? Never said he was going to shoot them. In your sleep, you're going to get it. Maybe you're going to get dreams of what Conor's going to do in the next fight or something. I don't fucking know what this man is saying. Never said he was going to shoot them. Weird, right? We live in a weird world, man. A weird world. You're completely entitled to not like Conor McGregor. You're entitled to saying, hey, you lost, take it on the chin, you suck. It's fine. Your best days are behind you. Fine. But now you're making shit up. It's crazy, man. It's wild. That's why when people are like, oh, Chris, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. I don't understand. I honestly can't comprehend it. Even if the roles were reversed and people said Dustin Poirier said he was going to fucking shoot Conor McGregor and I didn't see him say anything about shooting Conor McGregor, why the fuck would I blast on Dustin? It would make no sense. Crazy, man. Crazy. But this is the world, man. This is the world. Karen-esque. A Karen-esque world. Here we go. We got another donation coming in. Wilson. What's up? Thank you, Wilson. Appreciate that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Now, everyone is so afraid to take this angle, too, which is wild. Put Conor aside. Just put him aside. Just separate him from the mix and just look at the actions that happen here. If it wasn't Conor McGregor, no one would be saying he's going to blow his family away. Like it's just nuts. It's like people are blanketed and blinded by a false narrative. It's like when people turn on the news and just start saying this is going to happen. The fucking the coronavirus is going to kill you. That's it. The coronavirus. Yeah, maybe it could, maybe it won't. I don't know. I got to see what happens here. The fucking injection's going to kill you. Oh, well, okay, let me gather evidence and figure this out. You know? But if the news says it, then I believe it, right? Politics. News says I believe it. Conor McGregor's got a gun. He's going to blow fucking Dustin's family away. He never said that. Gun hand you're getting in your sleep. I wonder what that means. Where's the gun in his hand? Where's the gun? He's fucking pointing, no? Where's the gun? And then Jorge Masvidal does the slit of the throat. Everyone's like, that's fine. He's just going to slice your throat. That's fine. It's okay. It's all right, man. Slicing throat's cool. This, completely cool. No. Come on, think about how stupid. The Jorge Masvidal thing is stupid. Conor's stupid. Stop. Grow up. Grow the fuck up. Like, stop it. I'm gonna keep on hearing this over and over again, like this crazy shit, and throw me for a loop. All right, let's look at the rest of the card over here and move on. So here's the deal. We discussed ad nauseum, and what's gonna happen is people are gonna keep on using this angle, and whatever. I'll just keep roasting them. If you guys want me to keep roasting, I'll keep roasting them. But we have to move into the rest of the card. We discussed Ariel at the top of the show. We discussed Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. Now let's segue. We have more news to get to, and if Ellie passes out again, we'll jump to more stories. But let's look at these other things here. Let's stop talking about dumb stuff. Stop talking about fake shit. Yes, Dustin Poirier gets the win. He gets the doctor stoppage by technically done, right? Doesn't quite cause the damage, but regardless of the fact, he was winning the first round, and he gets the dub. That's what everyone's going to remember here, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. I don't give a shit anymore, okay? Dustin gets the win over here. The question is who he's going to fight next. My prediction, a lot of people like Charles Oliveira. Dustin don't want that. But maybe if he has time to think about this, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and get to see Dustin versus Charlie Olives. before the year is done. I'm hoping that's the case, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I have a feeling that you're going to see Oliveira versus Gaethje as the next fight, and I think Dustin's going to be out for a while. I think he's going to chill. He made a lot of money, do some charitable work, go on vacations with his family, get out of the fucking craziness of the media right now because it's toxic as all hell. Dustin posts something on Twitter, he's getting lit up. You know, like everyone's so hostile and angry online. So I think Dustin's going to take a little bit of a break. Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson. Okay? This fight over here, I have to admit, I was shocked by this thing. Like, completely shocked of how well Gilbert Burns did in this fight. And I thought that Wonder Boy, I'm thinking that he might be too old for this game right now when it comes to the top tier guys. Wonder Boy, a guy that's usually crafty enough and quick enough to get away, had decent takedown defense. I'm going to say it's a mixture of both here. Wonder Boy's on his way down. He can compete with the top guys, but I don't think he's championship material at this stage of the game. Gilbert Burns murked him, and it wasn't a fun, exciting fight. Gilbert did what he had to do and just controlled Wonder Boy and got the dub. Jess, what did you think of Wonder Boy versus Gilbert Burns?
I already said before the fight that I wasn't super excited about it, but credit to Burns, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really care about this fight, to be honest.
Yeah, it was lame. And I mean, listen, Burns did what he had to do. I think he did a great job. Dana White was pretty hard on him, saying, this fight really wasn't that great. All right, so let's move on. Tai Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy catches an epic L in the first round here. Tuivasa jumps on top of the fence, drinks the Steve will do it shoey, and Tai Tuivasa gets the win. This is one he had to get done. This one pretty much shows you that Greg Hardy, even though he's training with some killers and some legit talent, Greg Hardy is still a football game. I was going to say football game, but it sounded like I was going to say football gay. Regardless, Greg Hardy needs some serious work, and I don't know. Come on with Greg. How long is the Greg Hardy experiment going to go here? What do you think?
When I was making my picks, I said everyone, there was like a hype train around Greg Hardy, and everyone started falling off after his last fight, and I was going to give him one more chance, I said, and he blew it. So, yeah, I think the hype train's pretty much off for a lot of people.
Yeah, Greg Hardy was saying before this fight, he was talking about Derek Lewis, because Derek Lewis apparently said some smack, and then he was saying that he was going to fight Deontay Wilder in boxing. Well, I don't know about that, Greg Hardy. So Greg takes the L. Let's move into the next one over here. Irene Aldana, who a lot of people are saying a magnificent performance. And then all of a sudden, poof, that's right, she missed weight.
Yeah.
So what do you take from this? I mean, she dominated, looked great.
It was funny, Dana White didn't even know she missed weight at the post-fight until it was mentioned to him.
Yeah, Dana White's saying, let's give her some extra money, this and that. And all of a sudden, poof, they talked about the weight miss. And I don't think Dana White's going to give her any extra cash. Do you take anything from this? If you don't make weight, but you smash your opponent,
she didn't make weight, so what can you really take from it?
So you're saying another one on the record that really you can't pull much from?
It's kind of an unfair advantage, no? There's a reason there's weight classes, and there's a reason you have to make weight.
Okay.
I don't understand why she would be deserving of a bonus if she can't even, do her job right.
So you're saying Lou Diamond Phillips doesn't deserve any respect? What
are you talking about?
Lou Diamond Phillips.
Sure.
Ba-da-da-da-da-bumba. Ba-da-da-da-da-bumba. She missed her weight and she got the victory.
Wonderful.
Okay, let's move on to the next fight over here. Since we didn't get a chance, we were all about the Conor and Dustin saga. We got to move on. And where's Sugar Sean? Where is he? Sugar Sean O'Malley fighting Chris Mutino, who is in the chat room, Jesse. Unbelievable. Could you believe that? The GOAT, Chris Mutino, in the chat. A lot of controversy with this. I've been hearing both sides of the equation. People on my side, people on the other side saying it was a good stoppage. I was up in arms. Now, I am not a UFC fighter. I'm not a fighter in any way. But as a fan, seeing Chris Mutino with...
The only people who were saying it was a good stoppage were O'Malley trained people.
Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's no fucking doubt. There was 30 seconds left of the fight. The guy had already taken as much damage as he could possibly take. I mean, he kept coming forward. And the worst part is that it was stopped and Mutino was still coming forward. I could understand if Moutinho took a shit ton of damage and it was clear that he was getting knocked down or he was stepping back and getting chased away. But he kept fucking coming forward. That's what I don't understand. That's why I believe that all these people were like, oh, it was such a good stop.
Herb saved his life.
They're just people who are O'Malley fanboys.
Herb saved his life, Jesse. Saved his life.
So
I mean, with
stupid.
that 30 seconds left, it was instant death was going to happen. Yeah, Chris Moutinho, I mean, listen, I don't know. I just got to, I was like, come on. Herb looked like he was going to jump in a million times during that fight, never pulled the trigger, and then waits until like seconds left in the fight. It was just weird. But good thing you got the $75K bonus in Moutinho. So I was happy to see that. Sean O'Malley gets a win. He collects a finish. And it's just like, how about this? Think about this. Kunitskaya gets a finish win off of one that she got the miss of weight. I think of Yoel Romero. Was it Luke Rockhold, was it? Where he missed weight? Yoel Romero? I think it was that fight.
I don't know. I can't remember.
And then gets like, I hate fighters that miss weight and get wins. Not a big fan of fighters that don't really finish a fighter but get a TKO.
Why should his corner have shown him love and stopped the fight? It was very apparent that he was moving forward and ready and willing to fight. What the fuck? I get it if the guy was getting his ass kicked and he told his corner or he vocalized to his corner that he was done and he was just feeling the damage. The guy was acting like nothing was wrong. His face was fucking pieced up and he was eating shots, sure. But did you see him fucking complaining? No, he just kept fucking moving forward. If he was that fucking injured, if you were that concerned for his fucking health, then he would have been stepping back. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. His corner should have stopped it. The fuck?
The MMA-Holes are literally the only channel to watch for real, honest MMA news and real-time feedback.
That's right.
There is a reason these huge channels and broadcasters talk crap and are scared. They should be. Conor 2022 the comeback tour, baby. Luke Thomas sucks.
We have an advantage. We make less money, but we could say whatever the hell we want, and it's wonderful, wonderful. It absolutely is. Thank you, Chubbs. Appreciate it. And that's why those donations mean the world to us. Please, I urge you, consistently donate to us, and we will keep on saying what's on our mind. And maybe you don't want us to say what's on our mind. Maybe you want to hear the sweet talk, the things that everyone, the soft stuff, the people for the puss farts. You know, maybe you want to hear that shit. There's a billion shows that do that. But I can guarantee you there's not one MMA show that is as raw as us. You may not agree with everything we say, and we don't want you to agree with everything we say. We just want to be real to you guys and not have to answer to the upstairs people. Anyway, Jesse, you done for roasting Kainoto?
I'm not roasting him. I just think it's so fucking ridiculous. Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even.
You flamed him.
It's just so dumb. Like I don't think people. Never mind. I'm not even gonna. I'm not doing that.
Okay. I love this channel except for when Conor is fighting, it gets way too cringe, and that's fine, John B. Listen. Another thing about this channel is we're fans, right? I'm an admitted fan. I'm admitted bias in a lot of situations here. You know, sometimes I go outside of the box and I try to like be real, but it's tough to take when I'm such a fan, right? So I get it. I'm clearly biased in a lot of situations, so I have an angle where I take things, okay? With that being said, I could be right, I could be wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think or what you think. It's a matter of sparking conversation, real conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about over here. So Jesse has hard opinions, I have hard opinions, you have hard opinions, and we all go back at each other, and at the end of the day, we wrap it up and do it again another time.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Colby Johnson.
Did y'all see the 66-year-old lady that Khabib has been banging? Dana hooked them two up and it seems like they're really hitting it off.
What? Oh, man. And how about Khabib, man? Khabib keeps getting dragged into this stuff. And then
I mean, he could easily just say that he doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah.
Right? Why is he getting involved? Like, I mean, you're Khabib.
You have to remember,
you smashed everybody, bro.
Yeah, but it's not about him. I don't think it's about him. He has to keep himself relevant because he's starting his own fighting organization, and I think that he realizes if he keeps himself relevant and people are still paying attention to him, then they're going to pay attention to his organization, and his fighters are going to get a little more recognition.
Do you think it drives Khabib nuts, though? Every time they have a sit-down conversation with Khabib Nurmagomedov,
yeah, I'm sure he's not happy talking about Conor all the time. Yeah.
So why doesn't Khabib just say, "Hey, man"?
Because he doesn't want to come across as triggered, you know?
No, but say, "Oh, I smashed him. Why do I have to talk about it?" Now, he's done that before, but now he's giving his analysis.
Well, now it doesn't matter because he's not coming back to fight.
Weird, man.
So now he can say whatever he wants.
If I was Khabib, I'd be like, I fucked these guys up. I even fucked up Dustin Poirier. He's a nice guy. I beat his ass, too. Like, I would just be like, I beat everybody. Like, imagine being Khabib. I beat them all. Why do I got to talk about them? If I was Habib, I would sit down and be like, talk about me. I'm the GOAT. I'm Habib Nurmagomedov. What do I got to talk about these clowns for? You know, like it's weird, but he keeps getting dragged into it. And then I see Habib posting shit on Instagram and stuff, like on his stories, and I'm like, dude, they keep sucking you back in. It's crazy. Anyway, Chris Mutino versus Sean O'Malley. Sean gets the dub, comes out of this, gets incredibly wasted at his after party, apparently, the whole thing. You know, it is what it is. We move on. Chris Mutino came out looking great, and Sean O'Malley even said at his podcast, I got to say this. We gave him a good 15 minutes, right? The Sean O'Malley, the Sugar Show podcast. How much did we listen to that shit?
I hardly listened.
Yeah.
I was in the room, but I think I was doing something else.
About 15 minutes we gave him. I think. I mean, we gave him a little bit. And I'm just sitting there pulling my pulling my head out of my neck. Pulling my hair out, saying, you know, like, this guy he's upset, man. Like, he actually made a comment of, you know, it bothered him that Chris Mutino was getting, you know, more attention out of this whole thing than him. Like, he was the storyline out of this, and it kind of bugged him. And then
Well, O'Malley was saying that he was going to come on with his magnificent KO and all this shit, and Mutino was just taking every fucking shot and moving forward. Like the guy, it was like he was throwing feathers in his hands. Like, what does he mean that he's shocked that Chris Mutino's not getting the attention? Of course he's going to get more attention.
Do you think O'Malley whispered over? It's like, hey, stop the fight. I promised a knockout. Can you do something here?
I did see at the end of the fight that Mutino obviously, you know, of course, was upset about the stoppage, but Sean O'Malley was saying something to him, and Mutino was just not having it.
Mutino was talking shit to O'Malley. Mutino was talking shit to his corner. Mutino was talking shit to everybody. Everyone can catch that face. But Chris Mutino, he was just coming forward, eating punches, kicked in the head. Dude was like deer-legged. It's like, that didn't hurt. Like total like Justin Gaethje, Nate Diaz-esque. Man, oh man, I want to see full camp Chris Mutino.
Yeah, I feel bad for the dude. I mean, he was clearly willing to continue that fight until the end. Like, there's no doubt about it. He made it very clear.
Yeah.
So it sucks that it got stopped and Mutino had to take the L for that one. And then the fact that O'Malley had the nerve to stand there and take the win, like it was deserving to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. It's just so pretentious.
This is the problem. This is why O'Malley could never be like a Ronda, a Conor. Actually, a Conor especially, because when O'Malley wins, he looks like he lost.
Yeah.
When Conor wins or loses, somehow we're still talking about Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? Like O'Malley wins this fight, we're talking about Chris Mutino. There's levels to fucking marketing yourself, and O'Malley has done a good job having the Sugar fans, and he's got his little cult going on over there. But there's levels to it. Where Sean O'Malley wins, gets the knockout, we're talking about Chris Mutino. You know, it's wild.
Because O'Malley's a little fucking... He's a little pussy.
Oh my God, Jesse, he's a Phoenician though.
He's so annoying.
He's a neighbor of ours.
He makes me want to fucking like just fucking. Oh God, you want to like squeeze someone's head so hard that their brains come out of their ears.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. He does. He comes off as I don't know the guy, so I don't. What am I going to say? I can't say who you could root and can't root for. If you're an O'Malley fan, knock yourself out. But me as a person, it's tough to root for him because it's weird. You're a spectacular fighter, yet you're like every podcast is like a nasally complaint fest about something.
Yeah,
I don't know, whatever.
If it's not in his favor, then all of a sudden it's a problem. That's how Sean O'Malley works.
Yeah.
Everything has to be in Sean O'Malley's favor. If it's not, well, you're going to hear it.
When Sean O'Malley came out of the Contender Series, wasn't I on the phone with you? Right? Didn't I call you up?
I think so. I
was.
Can't, yeah. A while ago.
Sean O'Malley, when was that? When was that a Contender Series fight? He comes out, he has that big knockout in the Contender Series. And I'll never forget, I'm watching it, I'm driving, and I got the fucking phone on my little, the little clip on the dashboard. I got it on over there, and I wasn't just staring at it. I was just like watching. I was like, oh shit, look at that. And I remember calling up Jesse. I'm like, this guy's real. This guy's legit, man. This guy could be something. He's got the look, the swag. He's got that Conor-esque, like the whole vibe felt like this could be a rock star coming in. And then he gets into the UFC, whatever, and then does the whole hair thing and gets this whole gimmick and shtick. But like 2 fights in, I'm like, I'm not feeling this guy anymore. You know, like, I don't know. It wasn't like he was going in there smoking dudes. Like, it was just like, I don't know. He was that weird interview.
Yeah, there was like a facade that happened.
Yeah, like I lost it real quick. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not vibing with this guy anymore. Jess, on the other hand, was like hardcore Sean O'Malley.
I freaking loved the guy.
Hardcore Sean. Like was like, this guy's great. This guy's legit. Like ride or die Sean O'Malley. And then what happened?
And then the fucking ankle thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he handled it afterwards, saying that he was still undefeated and giving all these fucking excuses. And it was just like, it was probably the most, I couldn't respect him after that as a fighter. I just couldn't. And I'm no fighter. I've never been inside the cage. I've never even been injured the way he was. But fuck, man, like you're in a professional sport and you're creating an image for yourself. Just take the fucking loss. Like, just take it.
Yeah. Now, in Sean's defense here, with this fight with Chris Mutino, he literally was in a lose-lose situation, right? By taking this fight, you win, you beat a can, supposedly, right? You lose, and you lost to a can. Guy comes in on a week notice from the regional scene. There's really no victory from this thing. The only thing is money, right? They got a $75K bonus. Sean got paid handsomely for this. So Sean basically went into this fight, still showed up for his fans. So that's a plus, right? On a fight that really had nothing to gain out of it, and had a sweet after party and fucking got a lot of money. So Sean wins in the long run, but his stock kind of dropped here.
Yeah.
And is it worth it?
Well, at the end of the day, there's this, right? O'Malley fans will always exist. I think Sean O'Malley knows that no matter who jumps on board, jumps off board, he's always going to have that solid fan base. And that's why I think he doesn't care how he comes across. I don't think he cares that he comes across as pretentious or too deserving of things and entitled and stuff like that, because he knows that even if some O'Malley fans drop off, there's going to be twice as many jumping on, especially the casual fan, because he can cater to it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think he doesn't give a fuck how he's coming across.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm with you. I think that he knows. He did a little experiment out there. And when he dropped the whole, I'm still undefeated, and people bought into it, he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he knew he had some power in his words.
Okay, I'll take this fight. No matter what happens,
yeah.
I got my crew. I got my Twitch crew. I'll talk to them like they're like 12-year-olds.
But they are 12-year-olds. That's the thing. They are 12-year-olds. And Sean O'Malley knows that a lot of his fans are very young and impressionable.
Smart.
So he's capitalizing on it.
He's not a terrible businessman. That's one thing I got to say about Sean O'Malley. He is not a terrible businessman. He might come across as annoying to some of the elder people out there like myself, the geriatric fans, but he is marketing to the youth, and he's tapped into it. He's got the rainbow hair. The only thing he's got to chill with is the gay stuff.
Yeah, I heard him he's like calling everything gay.
I don't give a fuck that he says it, but I'm like saying to myself, yo, you're going to get fucking canceled, bro, if you keep on doing the gay shit.
But like I said, it's an impressionable fan base that he's got, so it's not like they care.
No matter what, he'll be fine?
Are you kidding? They're going to repeat exactly what he says.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean O'Malley says it? I'll say it.
He'll drop he'll say fag, he'll say this and that.
Yeah, he's not going to care, and neither will his fans.
Yeah.
They're
He's
at the age of
clearly homophobic.
idolizing.
Like there's no doubt about it, which is bizarre since he has rainbow hair. But I mean, not homophobic. Let me not say that, because I mean, maybe he's just like me, where it's just like
stereotypical.
Maybe. I mean, like I don't know. Yeah, let me back up. He's not homophobic. I don't think he is. I really don't. But I think like you can't be saying that stuff if you're a role model. I'm not a fucking role model. I'm a dope on YouTube. He
does not give a fuck. He knows that kids are going to be saying the same thing.
No, he backpedaled though. He did backpedal. Every time he says fag, he backpedals.
But he keeps saying it, does he not?
Yeah, he keeps
exactly.
Slipping.
So he doesn't feel that bad about it.
I wish we could have a montage of him saying fag. Oh, it'd be so fucking funny. The fag montage. He keeps dropping it by accident. And, he's not talking about the cigarette. But yeah, his fan base, no matter what, they'll eat it up. So it's all good, man. Sean O'Malley's doing his thing. Listen, he's getting paid. The UFC still is going to market him because he has a fan base. Sean O'Malley will be fine. Even though, we're criticizing him in certain ways. This kid don't give a fuck. And good on him for that. All right, so let's move on to... But you know what's going to happen, Jess? People are going to clip me saying the other stuff. And this is what happens all the time. Have you noticed this? I don't know if you've noticed in the comments section. I'll go on and on. I'll say things about a specific fighter or media member or whatever. And then people will harp on the one thing that I said. Just clip that one part and not go about me saying everything. Like
it's
when I
what
come
conveniences them.
Exactly. I go full circle. I give you the whole tale. I'm saying, hey, Sean O'Malley's doing the right thing. Whatever he's doing it. It works. It works over there. People will harp on the other shit.
Yeah, they'll just take the part where
fuck you,
where you said the negative
you.
things.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, anyway, let me see anything else on his prelims. Nico Price loses to Michelle Pereira, Max Griffin, Condit. Oh, Ryan Hall. Let's go there. And actually, the Duplessis guy, that guy looks scary. This guy's really scary, man. This guy looks like he could be a problem. I'm going to keep my eyeball on him. He's handsome. He's a sexy man, so I'll be looking out for him. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Back up. Back that ass up. And Ryan Hall. Okay, Ryan Hall, who, I mean, geez. I'm not surprised by him doing his, his monkey-like antics, doing somersaults and trying to, drag Topuria down. But Topuria beat the soul out of this man. Like, that's a finish. That's how you do it. And Ryan Hall was just playing with fire, and Topuria stays undefeated. I like this kid Topuria, too. He looks like he's going to be someone that's very dangerous as well. Keep an eyeball on him. But Ryan Hall, guys, what do you think about that? Some say close fight in the chat. My God. UFC Hall of Fame.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm with JBM on the Fuck Sugar Show bandwagon. Sugar Show is definitely playing the entitled pay attention to me crybaby stick, enough to get me to not like him.
Yeah, I get the, I would like to interview Sean O'Malley and ask him, like, where did he come from? Because he reeks of someone that came from money. Like his family. I feel like he came from like a wealthy family. He does. He seems very entitled to the point. Like, he hasn't really earned anything yet in the UFC, but he has respect. He has his fan base, and that's great. But every time he talks, it seems like he's constantly sticking his foot in his mouth, and he just comes across as a stuffy rich kid. But I would like to find out myself.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainoto.
I can't believe that Mystic Moss agrees with Sean O'Malley's disparaging and besmirching the gays. What a bad guy. How can you like this guy? Moss is also a fan of the wet markets.
Oh, man. I'm defending Sean O'Malley for saying gay things. Potentially homophobic things. Oh, man. Thank you, Kainoto. Man. It's crazy, though. It is wild. I know, I get criticized. The only criticism that I will entertain is my pop, right? That's the only criticism, because like, he's family, the whole deal, and everything that I'm just pretty much the type of guy that just wears my heart on my sleeve, right? If it's in my head, if I feel truly passionate about it, I'm going to say it. If I think someone's acting like an asshole, I'm going to call him an asshole. Like, I mean, it is what it is, right? That's just how I think. But I have to be responsible for my words, right? I wouldn't be able to do, and it's funny, like, people have come in our live chat or comment section to be like, oh man, you guys are soft. How you guys call yourself the MMA-Holes? Do you see what we see and what we say here? Do you see, like, I mean, we take some hard takes on shit, It's not just all about, like, F-bombs and poop bombs. Like, we're saying, like, hard things. We're being real about, like, against people trying to shut down others for just having a hard opinion on something. I don't know. It's just weird. It is weird. But as long as we're rolling here, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep the party going until we get canceled, and then I'm gonna work at Bob's Discount Furniture. So if you want your deals, you come see Mystic Moss. I'll give you a nice sofa for a fantastic price. Anyway, Ryan Hall, what do we think? Ryan Hall versus Topuria. I want to know your thoughts, because we really haven't, we just spoke about it earlier here. You heard our opinions, but I didn't hear your opinions on the Wizard and Topuria. What do you think, baby? Free speech, baby. Yeah. Hell yeah. What's wrong with parents being detectives and coming from good upbringings, says John 209. Well, there's nothing wrong for that. It's just, sometimes kids, if they come across as like super privileged, I like to link it. I always do this no matter what. If a young man, young woman acts in a certain way, or even anyone older, I always say, okay, it might not be their fault. Let's go back. I'm guilty of doing this all the time. Let's go back, even in my own life. Like I always try to go back and see, okay, how is your upbringing? Did you get bullied in school? I mean, chances are a lot of people have been bullied. The actions by a lot of people out there, it always goes. Colby Covington has been bullied. You know, he's admittedly, and it's very obvious, right? So you got to go from stemming from things like that. Parents, upbringing, the whole deal. So with Sean O'Malley's case, I'm curious. I don't know about. He says he really doesn't get. He never really got into fights and the whole deal, and I just don't know his backstory. So I'm curious. Ryan Hall looked like a fish out of water. He did. He looked like a goofball out there. Ryan Hall had a broken fucking hand. Did he have a broken hand? If that is true, I did not know that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Sure, now my hands got disowned by his mom this morning, no cap.
Sean, ow, my hands got oh yeah, his hands are hurting him too, yeah. It's like, ow, my hands hurt, I gotta get checked out. Punched him in the face too much. The guy he was fighting is literally a straight up killer, and Hall was like, whatever. Yeah, that is kind of weird, right? I mean, I know Ryan Hall is very confident in his jiu-jitsu, hence the reckless activity that was in that first round. But to completely dismiss the ferocity of this Topuria guy, hands down, rolling around, like, I don't know, man. You would think with Faraz at his corner. I wonder what did Faraz ever talk about this? I know he has a podcast. Like, what was Faraz's assessment of this fight? Like, that's must-see TV right there. When you punch a dude 230 times, yeah, your hands hurt. More of a frown. I mean, he wouldn't have had to punch him 230 times if he knocked him out like he said he was going to do, you know? He had to have the ref step in. So that's on Sean. His hands wouldn't have hurt. And then they were talking about the wrapping of the gloves, like the corner, whatever his buddy, whatever the Timbo, I think his name is. That guy was saying it was something with the wrap, and I don't know, it's just like excuse after excuse. Should have thrown the left more. People like to shit on people who grew up with privilege and money, but we all aspire that for our own children. Oh, of course. I mean, I don't know. Did someone? I must have missed it in the chat. Did someone shit on? I would never. I mean, I grew up middle class, but I have family. I do have like a family. Like my uncle was pretty well off, smart man. I aspire to be like my uncle, man. My uncle was the shit. Dude was a baller, man. Beautiful house, grew a big family, moved, the whole deal. And so I aspire to be like, you know, something like that, build my own brand. But yeah, there's no. You have a bad upbringing, you have a good upbringing. It doesn't matter, right? It's just sometimes it reflects on their personality. Kids act in certain ways because of their upbringing. So it's always interesting to find out where they came from. Kron Gracie.
You make him lose the fight terribly inside of the cage. You make him spread his ass cheeks. Now you enter his backstage and you fill it with your rage. Come on, style bender, one fight. Izzy is inside Costa.
Yeah.
Izzy is inside Costa.
Now this is some good trash talk right here.
I had the sound off, and at first glance I thought Ken Flo made a return, and then I saw him in Ryan Hall's corner.
Wait, hold on. He made a return. Hold on. Oh, was he in the corner as well? I think I might have missed that. I had the sound off, and first glance I thought Ken Flo. You thought Ken Flo was in his corner. Sorry, I read that wrong. I had a little distraction there. Thank you, Kron Gracie. By the way, how about that? Like Izzy got some backlash for humping Costa, but I'm surprised that didn't go as. Why didn't that get shit on? I think he got off pretty easy on that one, right? It's weird how people pick and choose. I don't know. Rape is acceptable in the octagon, which I think it's hilarious. That's why it's our donation. But I'm surprised he didn't get canceled for that. Okay, we got some more donos coming in. What's Ellie's? She's not going down, huh?
She goes down when I pick her up. I put her down and she fucking wakes up.
As soon as you put it. All right, so hang out on the side over here. We don't have much show left, so hang out on the side. Chill. All right, yeah, chill on the side. Poor baby. I'm sorry, guys. If we seem a little distracted, we have a little girl, beautiful little girl that we love so much, but she just wants to be on the show. She doesn't want to go to sleep, so she likes the warm feeling of Jesse's arms. All right. We got a couple more donations coming in here. Thank you to all the donos, and let's go, boys and girls. Let's get us to 200 likes. What are we doing here? The show's, we're going a little overtime here tonight. So hit the like button. 200 likes. We play the song. 200 likes is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Let's get back to the donos.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Dana White on the broadcast calling all of the fans mouth breathers for saying they don't know how good Ryan Hall is. Literally in the next 10 seconds, Ryan Hall gets knocked the fuck out.
That's great. That's pretty funny, man. Yeah, I was a little high on Ryan Hall too when we were doing our reaction. And they were like, oops.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That didn't work out too well. DVSV.
Oh yeah, Sean also got mad on Twitch because I called him out my hands in a dono. The ban was only 10 minutes toe.
What? He banned you for 10 minutes? Wait, so he put you in a timeout? Sean O'Malley got mad on Twitch. I said, ow, my hands. Like, what is going on? Could you imagine if I started fucking flipping on you guys? But I guess that's the plus of being a celebrity, right? When you're a professional athlete or you're a celebrity, I guess you can do that. But we're celebrities. Should we start doing that? Should we act in that manner where we just start timing out people for saying, ow, my hands?
Sure.
That's crazy, man.
Is my mic on?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're here. Do you have your ears in?
Yeah.
Did you hear I don't know?
No.
So Sean timed out someone for saying, it was DVSV's for saying, quote, ow, my hands. 10-minute timeout.
Well, it doesn't surprise me.
That's someone that is a spoiled brat. No, what's the reason? What the fuck? Oh, maybe it was a moderator. It could have been a moderator. But then again, if you have moderators that fucking triggered, that's what you take their wrench away. You can't have, you gotta have like drunk savages in the chat, you know, markers, pulse, leave you guys alone.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainoto.
Most of my friends are law enforcement, my buddies. So I can tell you that cops are fucking pricks. Know who hates cops most? The DA's office. My buddy is a 20-plus year deputy and he's got stories. That being said, I am sure that Sean is a gay princess.
Okay. First off, let me address the first part. I know so many fucking cops, it's ridiculous. Family members, the whole deal. That is so not true. That's so not freaking true. Now, I've met shitty cops, yes. I've had situations where I've went at it with cops. But my experience, I know nothing but I know way more good cops than bad cops. There's a bad seed and everything. That's a terrible thing to say about the people that keep us safe. Sean is gay? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? It's crazy, man. Okay, so let's move back into the news over here. JBM, what else do we have to talk about?
So, are we moving on from the Chris Mutino thing then?
Yeah, let's pass on that. We spoke about that enough.
All right. So, according to Sarah Taylor of The Blaze, social media melts down after Mel Gibson salutes Trump during the UFC 264 card. I'm not sure if you saw this.
What the fuck? Wait, people are upset about this?
Yeah, Mel Gibson caught the ire of the internet over the last several days after he
salute Mr. President. Fuck the animals, right? What did he say?
After he dared salute former President Donald Trump during a Saturday UFC match.
He dared? Wait, who posted this article?
The Blaze, Sarah Taylor.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me pull this article up. Oh my God, this is perfect for our show. Listen, Mel Gibson got a little crazy with his comments there. You know, not the best things to say, Mel. I don't want to support this. What the fuck is... Wait, I can't even get to the article?
Yeah, you can. You just got X out. Just say you don't want to support.
I don't want to support your shit. What the fuck? I don't even know who you are. Oh, see, this is some weasel-ass website. Blaze Media? Where'd you pull this one? Where'd you pull this shit?
So Gibson and Trump both attended the UFC 264 fight between Poirier and McGregor. When Trump entered the arena to raucous cheers and applause, Gibson, who's 65 now, was standing near the former president's path through the crowd and was seen in a TikTok video saluting him. Author John Pavlovitz hit out at Gibson.
Sarah Taylor has the driest pussy around. Sarah Taylor... when she opens her legs, dust comes out of that pussy.
Well,
no one wants to touch her pussy.
What do you have to say about John Pavlovitz?
Who the fuck is that guy?
He's
Who's
put
that
out
guy?
a tweet, if you scroll a little bit, that says, Mel Gibson is who we thought he was.
Oh, look at this guy. This guy definitely takes things between the anus cavity. Look at this guy. Sick of, Sean O'Malley, get him.
Another
look
user...
at these people. These people are sickening.
Another
cares?
user complained saying, the crazy thing is you didn't even need to know why Mel Gibson was trending to know he probably did something shitty. Rest in hell to his dead career.
Listen, he played a great bad Santa Claus in that movie that was out. And he had a black wife, Jesse.
Oh,
Black Mrs. Santa Claus in that movie, so fucking take that.
Someone else said, of course, Mel Gibson gave Trump a salute at the UFC game. They both have shared fondness for Nazis and white supremacists.
Oh my God, these people.
If you're more upset that I accidentally referred to the UFC match as a game than the fact that Mel Gibson is a racist, homophobic anti-Semite who counts being verbally abusive towards women as one of his favorite pastimes, then may I suggest you rethink your priorities.
All right, so listen, I don't want to make this political. I'm just going to make this very quick because this is a fucking another rabbit hole that we're going down. But we're on the MMA-Holes live, and it's past our time.
Well,
hold on 1 second. I'm not even a Trump supporter. I might come across as it, but I am a flip-flopping political person. With sports, I don't flip-flop. With politics, I do, because I will never stay on a side. Never in politics. It is not a game. It's AIDS, okay? I am not the biggest Trump fan. I love him in The Apprentice. But politically, I give or take. Some things I agree, some things I don't. Regardless of the fact, who gives a fuck if Mel Gibson was saluting him in a... Who cares? What the... Is this really happening?
Apparently, Mel Gibson's not allowed to have his own political opinions because he's in the public eye.
Could you imagine if Mel Gibson went like this? In your sleep? Imagine if Mel Gibson, instead of this, went like, in your sleep. Well, then the people might like that, right, Jesse? That would have been fine.
Well... Someone else said...
Yeah, what else did they say?
Someone else said, can't say I was surprised. Also, I can't believe I used to be a huge fan of his. I can't watch any of his movies anymore.
Is this for real? Now you're fucking with me,
no,
right?
It's real.
Can someone do something about these people?
Another person raged saying, Mel Gibson saluting Trump shouldn't surprise anyone. Nazis salute other Nazis.
This is not real. I don't believe any of this.
It is real.
Listen, to those that don't know, Mel Gibson had some voicemails where he went very racist on Jewish people, blacks, right?
Well,
what
that's
else?
not where the controversy lies. The controversy lies because last year, Mel Gibson told Fox News that he simply isn't qualified to speak out about politics.
Okay.
He said, who the hell cares what I think? I'm not an expert. What am I qualified to talk about? Right?
Yeah.
So everyone took that
oh my God.
and was like, well, if you're not qualified to talk about politics, why are you saluting Donald Trump?
Oh my God. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is nuts. Now listen, if you're a Trump fan or not, put it aside. Who gives a fuck? Like, he was saluting the former president. Who cares? It's not a big deal. Is it? Am I nuts for this? Let me see what the chat says.
Yeah, I honestly could give a fuck. Everyone has their own opinions.
I mean,
like,
if the chat is gonna roast me right now because maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm off on this one. But I'm not a political guy. Was Trump the best president? No. My dad thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. But I got to be honest with you. I think I'd rather him over what we got now. I'm just saying, Jesse. I might rather that.
Let's not delve into it.
But I'm not gonna fucking salute the man. If I see him, I don't give a fuck. And if I do, who cares? Who the fuck? You know what? I'll tell you what. If I ever run into Donald Trump, I'm gonna salute him. I'm gonna take his pants down and I'm gonna suck his dick. And let's see what everyone else says in front of the whole crowd. I'm gonna blow the Don, Jesse. And let's see what kind of articles they write about me as I'm sucking the former president's cock. And then I take the load on my face. What kind of article is going to be about that?
You know what I think it is? I think it's not even that Mel Gibson saluted Donald Trump. I think they're just looking for something because Mel Gibson's created this image for himself now after all of the controversy that happened years ago. So now everybody's just looking for a reason to hate Mel Gibson.
This is nuts. The cancel culture, friends. And this is what I'm saying. It's like it's going into the whole world of the UFC. It's going everywhere. It's a fucking disease. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat, Republican, if you're fucking black, white, Asian, if you're fucking fat, skinny. I don't give a fuck. Stop. Everyone's got to just slow the fuck down.
Everyone thinks that they have a say over what other people do.
Oh my God.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm going to suck the former president's cock, Jess.
Anyone else tired of that mumbling retard in interviews that always asks the fighters what would you do if you weren't a fighter? The fighters always visibly hate that question. I don't know his name, but let's get rid of him and then jabber.
Is he like, I gotta ask a question for you right now. I gotta ask you about that. What do you think? That guy?
He doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, he does. I said. That guy? Let me ask you a question. You know what I'm talking about, Jess, right? No. Is that the guy we're talking about? Who is that guy?
UFC's parted way with Omari Akhmedov, by the way.
Hold on a second, Jess. We got another donation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You guys know what I'm talking about? That guy? I think that's the guy.
I played poker at my buddies many a times and can tell you that their kids are entitled pricks. They always want to be rappers and thugs. Go figure. Moss, you took it the wrong way. Those pricks are my friends.
Oh, okay.
But they're assholes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, what else we got?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Adolf is back. Fitting.
Big fan of Mel Gibson. I'll drink a beer or two with him as we watch Nick Diaz take apart Robbie Lawler.
Okay, thank you, Adolf. I don't know which Adolf that is. Hopefully it's not the one we're thinking about. We got a lot of donations here. Let's let them roll through. We got some news. Let's get away from the Mel Gibson thing. Is there more to that? Or let's get out of there.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kai No Toe. How you doing, bud? Again?
Anytime you read a story like the one this guy wrote, just click on the author's picture and you'll always see a male feminist vegan homo like this guy.
All right.
No joke. Do it and you'll see that these guys all look the same. Soft beta males.
Okay, let me just hold on. Let me stop it for a second. Thank you. Okay. I did not say that.
It was a female that wrote it.
It was a female that wrote it, yes. The person that did that tweet was the soft beta male that you're talking about, but this was a female that wrote this. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but it's just like, man, what's next? Okay, thank you for the donation. Oh, we got more. Hold on, let me play here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Chubb's coming in.
ESPN showed every celebrity, but to my knowledge they did not show President Trump walking in because UFC fans mostly love Trump and mostly love America, and liberals and ESPN mostly criticized both. Can't show the crowd cheering.
I don't think they did show Trump, right? Did they show him? I don't remember it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That picture is photoshopped AF Lamau. Is his hand really 3 times the size of his head? Come on now, y'all.
It's not a Photoshop video. They actually pulled a screenshot from the actual video.
Oh, okay.
So, no, it's not Photoshopped, and it really did happen.
Yeah, so you know what that could be, too. If you look at this guy over here, hold on. If you look at, if you look at this guy over here, look at his back. It looks like a little stretched. They might have one of those lenses, just coming from photography, where the ends are a little stretched, and the center is like kind of the focal normal part. So it might be that. I don't know. Whatever they're using, but regardless, it does seem to be real. I mean, you know what would be great? Like if the Signs alien was next to him right here, Jesse. You remember the movie Signs? You know, when they're looking at the pictures and there's the signs. Can someone superimpose the Signs alien right over here and put it on the MMA-Holes.com? That would be amazing. What else do we have? Let's see.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The thumb isn't even facing the right way.
The thumb isn't facing. All right, we're going. Thank you. This is some like flat Earth stuff. I would believe that this is. I mean, I don't know. I guess anything's impossible. Thank you, Colby. Appreciate that. The thumb is not even.
Super chat.
Ready, Joe? How you doing?
Just because you get hurt and rejected a lot doesn't mean you have to go gay. They're also going to hell. 1 Corinthians 6, 9-10.
Whew. All right, thank you. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
This is why I always say that anyone who is a fan of the UFC should be terrified of the day Dana White retires.
Yes.
It is going to turn into a woke mess like the rest of the sports we don't watch. Yikes. These people are crazy.
Yikes. Hey, shout out to the donators out there supporting the show. Oh, wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you, friends. Okay, let's finish up the news. I got to say thank you guys. You guys have been very generous. We are 8 likes away. If you're here for the cringe and the carnage and the ridiculous jokes and the unacceptable behavior on the internet, the MMA holes, hit that like button, share the stream, and let's get back into it. What else we got?
We don't have to go through it all. Some of it's just fluff stories.
Okay, so we talked about Mel.
UFC parted ways with Omar Akhmedov after UFC 264, so you won't be seeing any more of him.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith trashed Conor McGregor for tasteless and classless behavior at UFC 264, but that doesn't surprise me.
But you know what? I got to say this. I like Stephen A., so I give him a pass.
I don't.
I get why?
I find him so frustrating.
Yeah, but you know what?
He's so obnoxious.
He's fine. Listen, do I agree with him? No, I don't agree with him. But the guy's the best MMA reporter out there, Jess.
Well, he said
best.
he blasted McGregor for his antics and said there's simply no excuse for his behavior.
There's no excuse for it. I love it, Jesse. God, say it, Steven. See, now, if Paul Felder says it, he's being a baby-back bitch. But Stephen A. Smith, a fine black man who speaks his mind no matter what, I'll listen to this guy. Good for you, Stephen A. Okay, what else did he say?
Well, he just went into a full-on thing about it, but he ended it with there's absolutely positively no excuse for Conor McGregor to engage in that kind of tasteless, classless behavior.
That's right, Stephen. Preach, man. That was disgusting, disgraceful stuff. I'm with you. Paul Felder could go suck a cock, but Stephen A. Smith is completely right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kind of, too.
He's not saluting, he's losing his sight, so he had to block the amazing aura coming from the Don so he can see. IT was too bright. We've all covered our eyes like this when an object is 2 bytes. LOL, I'm not a big Don fan either.
All right, thank you. Thank you. We got another one coming in. You guys are fucking spraying them tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Chubb's coming in with the 82.
How about Murphy being served up as a sacrificial lamb to the goat of female MMA, my favorite late night belly dancing bullet?
Yeah, rest in peace, Lauren Murphy. And by the way, this weekend, the UFC going down. Let me just show you guys a guy that's a hype train that looks, I mean, I don't know. Well, I got to say, this kid looks like he is the real deal, Makhachev, and they throw Thiago Moises at him. It's a very fascinating fight. Before we end the show, I do want to talk about this, but here we go. Let's roll through the rest of the news. Stephen A. Smith, anything else you want to add to that? Okay. No. Habib?
Yeah, Khabib turned down a GSP fight saying, I think George is finished. He sees zero appeal in a super fight with George St. Pierre at this stage of their lives. So I know what you're going to say, but...
Yeah. I want more of this. I need more of this GSP Habib story. It's like we know. Like we all know.
People can't stop talking about it, I
nuts.
guess.
It's nuts. And it's the same thing with Conor McGregor. Like, no matter what, there are certain fighters where it's the same fucking story over and over and over again. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Really is crazy. All right, what else we got?
Jake Paul says he's exposing the striking in the UFC with his boxing wins and calls Tyron Woodley a one-trick pony. I don't know how many of you guys saw the pre-fight press conference between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, but they had a little bit to say to one another.
No,
so
Jesse, I got to say this. The only thing that I take out of this was Jake Paul said something about tattooing. The loser has to tattoo I love the other fighter, Jesse.
Yeah.
Which I think is wonderful, wonderful. I like that.
I don't think they're actually going to do that, though.
Oh, 100% they're going to. Here's the thing. Jake Paul would do it. The dude tattoo gotcha. He's like me.
Yeah.
When it comes, not like me. When it comes to tattoos, like we don't give a fuck if it means something in the moment we get it, right?
Right.
He will tattoo Tyron Woodley's name. Not a doubt in my mind he would do that.
But do you think Woodley's mom would be okay with him doing that?
Woodley has to do it. He's got to do it.
I don't think he'll do it.
Oh, man, if Tyron Woodley loses and then doesn't do that tattoo, put it on your ass. So you can say Jake Paul could kiss my ass, man. But I love him, you know, some shit like that. I love Jake Paul. I love Jake Paul, but he can kiss my ass. Like, I would put that on my ass if I'm Tyron Woodley, right? What the fuck, who cares?
But then you sound salty for losing.
Nah, it doesn't matter. I love Jake Paul. That's what he's got to do. Tyron's not going to lose, right? Tyron's got to knock him out, man. You better knock him out. He looked reluctant, though, when I saw that clip. He looked reluctant. What do you guys think? That tattoo, who's putting the tattoo on their body? All right, what else we got?
Usman's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, says racist scumbag Colby Covington is a dead man walking, according to MMA Junkies Farrah Hannon.
Okay, hold on a second. A dead man walking? Oh, my God, Jesse. Oh, my God. Was he going to kill him? Is he going to kill Colby Covington? A dead man walking? That is a threat, and I think that is terrible, Jesse. That is like repulsive
and disgusting.
Oh, I am so disgusted. Paul Felder, where are you? Save us. This mongoloid head of a fucking manager, dude looking like a fucking bowling ball that's been through a fucking meat grinder machine thingy. I don't know. His shit looking like a fucking looking like a meteor. His head. Dude's head looking like a fucking meteor. Dude's head looking like the tip of my cock. Dude's head looking like a fucking Super Mario mushroom. I feel like I can hop on this dude's fucking head, hop into a pipe, Get the fuck out of Dodge. Cancel this man. Paul Felder, where are you? This man saying he wants to what? What does he want to do?
He said Covington's a dead man walking.
A dead man walk. That is terrible. Terrible. You don't say that to... You don't say you're going to... Like, is he implying he's going to kill him?
You know what's funny about what you're doing? Abdelaziz even said he's on the same piece of shit level as Conor. But he's doing the same stuff that Conor
What a
did.
stupid fucking asshole this man is. He's the smartest stupid asshole I've ever seen in my life. How is this guy... How is this guy the best, like literally the best manager in MMA? Let's, like, all jokes aside.
Because even though he says stupid things, he does great with getting fights.
Oh, we should cancel him immediately. What's the next thing he's going to do? Oh, is he going to salute the president? Is that next? Oh, and actually, he did go to his rally. Oh, fuck this guy. All right, anyway, next.
Last but not least, Aljamain Sterling says Petr Yan got here with Dana White privilege.
I can't wait for the return of Aljo. I got to say, though, they did post something on the IG that I don't know. It was fun but cringy at the same time.
I mean, did you hear what Aljo had to say about Petr Yan?
What did he say?
He sounds pretty entitled. I'm not going to lie.
Well, he's the champ. He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's a champ.
Well, actually, he didn't put it on. Oh, what was it, Mirab? Who put the... Is this it? Oh, no, hold on. Wait, what's this? We still can't find Sugar Sean. We asked everyone. So, oh, yeah. So, where's the video? Where's the Sugar Sean video? He's on Marab's thing? All right, let's look at Marab. Marab. I know, Jess. I got to eat dinner, too. I'm starving.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. I don't know. We're all stuck into this. Is this it? Wait, where's the fucking video? Where did they post it? Shit, I can't find it. Where the fuck? There was a poster where they're trolling Sugar Sean O'Malley. I can't find it. All right, fuck him. Who cares about Aljo? Anyway, when are they fighting?
It looks like, let's see here. They're expected to rematch. They didn't give a date. They just said for the UFC bantamweight title at a later date.
Okay. Hopefully before the year is up. My God.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Colby Johnson, baby.
Check out the 66-year-old gilf that Khabib is banging. I just sent it on Messenger. Fire, fire, fire.
What, Colby's on Facebook, right? Let's see. Let's see who Khabib's banging. I don't know the backstory to it, though. I have no idea pretty much what he's talking about. So, and thank you for the donation. Hold on. As that comes in.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Brett's got a good point with Dana White retiring. So everyone, who should we appoint as president of the UFC? You. Them they in the back. That chick with pink hair, it should be a queer trans woman of color. So basically a black dude.
Wow, thank you, Vlad. Appreciate that. Colby Johnson. Here's Habib. Habib, please, for photo. Okay, so here we go. I think Colby's saying that Habib is smashing this old... I don't know if that's happening, Jesse. Do you think they're having sex? This fine...
Yes.
Yes, okay. Alrighty. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you, Colby. I appreciate you interrupting your show for that. I appreciate that. Leave Habib alone. He's just trying to get a little stank on the hang low. Poor guy. All right, what else do we have? Anything else? Is that it?
That's all, Moss.
That's all. Okay, so this Saturday night, well, this is announced, Robbie Lawler versus Diaz 2, which is wonderful. We got Saturday night, we're reacting to Makhachev versus Thiago Moistness. Main event, the return of Miesha Tate versus Marion Renault. Who the fuck is that guy? Versus Gamrot. Vieira versus Stoltzvus will be live, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And before we get out of here, let's celebrate the likes. Goals, like the goals, you got the like the goals. Slap the likes, slap the like button, it's time for likes.
Slap the like button.
We hit the goals.
We hit the goals. We hit the like.
Hit 'em up.
We hit the like goals.
Hit the like goals. Aljo's in the chat, baby. Hit the goals. Go, 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 goalie, go. Goalie, go, go, goalie, go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on the MMA-Holes live stream, baby.
Wonderful.
Appreciate everybody hanging with the boys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, guys. It's not that time yet. By the way, 49,266. You heard the Dragons? They want to come out. We are getting closer and closer to 50K. We hit that 50K. I get 2 tattoos. I get the 40K. I get the 50K. So everyone, stop what you're doing. Hit the like button. Share the video. Spread the word of the MMA Holes. Follow us on social media at the MMA Holes, at the MMA-HOLES on Twitter, Instagram, all your favorite social media platforms. Jesse, would you like to shout out anything? Any last words or sponsors? Whatever we got.
Thank you to our sponsors, Headrush, MysticRootsCBD.com, and Ballsy, promo code MMA-HOLES for all of your discounts on all of your favorite products, as well as Lux Bidet, link in the description, 10% off applied at checkout, and ESPN Plus. Head over there if you guys want to watch the UFC pay-per-views, UFC fight nights, and all of your favorite live sports. And yeah, we'll be live again Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Fuka Friday.
The Invisible Jesse. All right, Jesse, give it to
me. Why don't you get? Yeah, I'm not on camera.
This is the Invisible Jesse. No,
okay.
This is the new bit, Jesse.
Okay.
The Invisible Jess.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The Invisible Jess. It's good to see Invisible Jesse here. She's just a voice, or is she real? I don't know. Maybe it's is it pre-recorded?
Yes.
Okay, it is. Maybe it is. Maybe this whole show is pre-recorded. Maybe you're in a anyway. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.